Boom! Big up, everybody. Welcome back to TJ Warren TV. Now you have a soundboard? You have a soundboard now.
Yeah, we're running
soundboards now. Oh, my days.
Is this a New Jersey thing? Like, what's going on? Like, everyone just got a soundboard there.
Maybe, man.
Yeah, no, it's 100% RSM. Welcome back to American Waffle, episode 74. We already have people crying in the chat over the results of today's game. Sorry about that, Omar. But yeah, today we will be talking about, obviously, Champions League. We have Arsenal coming up tomorrow. Will they pull it off in Paris? We'll be reviewing shut up. We will be reviewing the Inter versus Barcelona match. Jeez, yeah, that was quick. And obviously, I want to talk about, and this is going to be our first topic, I want to talk about the current top 5 race. Is Arsenal in danger of falling out of the top 3? Let alone, no, they're going to fall out of the top 5, but the top 3. I see a team that is 100% lackadaisical, but we're going to get into that. Make sure you're smashing like, make sure you're commenting, make sure you're sharing the thing around. The rest of the panel will be here shortly. Everybody is coming off of channels and coming off of doing family stuff. So we're running shorthanded until we aren't. So how you guys doing though? You guys good? RSM, Das, Ahmed?
I'm good, man. I'm still, we were definitely on a roller coaster of a game. You feel me? It was good. It was good. No complaints.
Yep. Das sitting there comfortable. No worries.
Champion. I don't give a shit. I'm the fucking champion of this league, and I just watched probably. I mean, listen, as a Liverpool fan, my semifinal against Barcelona will be my favorite, but I think objectively, without bias, that's probably the best semifinal ever, just in terms of over both legs, the amount of chances, the saves, the 2 last-minute goals. I can't really argue against that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And then Ahmed, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing amazing, doing sensational as usual. Yeah, man, I think it's been a great day of football. In terms of the great semi-final game. But yeah, man, looking forward to talking about stuff today.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, go Nuggets, right? Go Nuggets.
Listen, man.
Shout out Coach Jokic. Coach Jokic, man.
Listen, you see me, man.
He's killing me. He's killing me. Double his salary. He's doing 2 jobs.
Hey, man, can we get some help, please? That's what I'm gonna ask.
Bro, I'm not going to get into that. But anyway, all right. So I watched some of the Arsenal match this week, and Das was backstage. He was calling me a casual. The reason I'm a casual at this point in the season is that the league shouldn't matter. Okay? The league at this point, if you are an Arsenal Football Club fan, should not matter because this team should be getting it done. We should be cementing second place, but instead we are out there losing to Bournemouth at home. I don't think Bournemouth have ever done the double over Arsenal.
It's the first time they ever won at the Emirates.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. First time we've let that happen. This is where this season's full of a bunch of firsts that I'm not enjoying. But yeah, no, first thing I want to talk about, the top 5 races heating up. Obviously, Chelsea is still in it. Chelsea's still in it, even though there are some people in the chat that want to see Inzaghi in and Maresca out. But they did get a win over Liverpool, who's on the beach anyway. So
yeah, thanks for that, Dos. Appreciate it, bro.
Fucking cares, bro. Who fucking cares? I can't be fucking asked. I don't give a shit that Chelsea won. I don't care what you have to say about the game. I got the silverware. You're trying to choke and get 3rd place. Whoop-de fucking do.
I'm just trying to, get Champions League football. I don't care how I do it.
No, he belongs to Jesus, and don't be fucking shameless, you dickhead.
I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh my!
It's a shout out Caicedo, man. Chelsea Player of the Year.
I'm just
You're right. Hey, guys, we should all big up the fact that Chelsea beat Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, fuck Endo, bro.
And
fuck Elliott.
Harvey Elliott's a good player.
Big up.
Yeah, big up, bro. Big up.
Don't disrespect Harvey Elliott. I think Harvey Elliott's a baller.
Yeah, the thing is, I really couldn't care less who I beat. I just wanted to just get 3 points. So I don't care how it ended. It just all that matters is that we won, and that's all I care about right now. on to the next game, which is Newcastle. Which is
I mean, there's not much to take from the game, bro. Like Van Dijk scored a goal, you could tell he didn't give a fuck. He was laughing and did a fake fist bump. Like it was a joke. Like Liverpool were there.
They did not give a shit.
Bro,
They did not give
Mike,
a fuck.
Mike, bro, it was a definition of I'm here so I don't
Did
get
you
fined.
hear our fans? Did you?
They
No, hold
said
on.
I'm
Did
here
you-
so I don't get fined.
Did you see our fans after Cole Palmer scored just started cheering again? Like they literally,
Yes.
as he was stepping up to the penalty, they were like, "Oh,
Dude,
and he
the highlight of the
and then they just go back to saying,
their
"Champions!"
highlight,
shameless.
yeah, their highlight was just yelling champions at Lavia. That's it. Like they were just there to vibe. Like it didn't matter what
we
happened.
didn't give a shit. We just wanted to stick it to Caicedo
Yeah.
and Lavia, who rejected us. And you're sitting in, where you are, and we're however many points
They
on
can
top.
still hold that, bro.
But TJ, with the top 5 race, I actually think that this is probably one of the most exciting top 5 races that we've seen in recent times in this Premier League, because last season there was a huge difference between 3rd and 4th. The season before that, giant gap. I mean, every single season there's always a massive gap between 3rd and 4th place. So it's really just a competition to see who can get that 4th spot. This season, every single spot except for Liverpool is up for grabs. Arsenal could theoretically fall out of the top 5. I don't think that'll happen, but it could happen. And the rest of the guys there, dude, we don't know. I mean, I'm looking at the standings now. You've got 3rd place 64 points, 4th place, 5th place 63, 6th place 61, 7th place 60. So you've got
how many points are Arsenal on right now? 67.
67.
There's 9 more points available.
The issue with that is that there are too many teams that play each other. Like Newcastle play us, Forest play us. Like there's too much overlap.
We play Newcastle.
Yeah, there's too much overlap. That's like the only issue with that. I do think 3 points, like 3 points in any of the final 3 secures. Like the only way they fall out top 5 is they literally lose every game. Like they just need one win out of the 3 and they get top 5.
I'm not entertain that. They're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's right. They're not losing Southampton. So I think they get top 5, but the question is they could realistically end up 5th. They could. It could happen.
It could happen.
I don't see it happening, but
no.
Well, this weekend, yeah. I mean, in this weekend, Arsenal go to Anfield. Will Liverpool still have their feet kicked up? Like we beat.
No.
The problem with Arsenal is that we beat ourselves at Anfield half the time. Like Liverpool, I have not lost to Liverpool at Anfield in the last 2 years.
I don't think they're going to take that
I've
lightly.
watched Arsenal lose at Anfield. But what were you gonna say, Dawes? Sorry, Bo.
I don't think that we're going to take that game lightly. I like, especially since you're 2nd place. Listen, Chelsea's one thing. It's the first game after clinching the title. Like you saw in the starting. Ryan Gravenberch wasn't even in the team. We didn't even include him.
Also, a big thing to include as well is it was away. This is the first home game since you guys have won, and it's also 2 weeks separated.
Yeah.
So
like the fans will not tolerate that. Like if he fields that same starting 11, there's going to be people who are saying, "What the fuck?" Like I don't want to lose. I want the guard of honor, and then I want to beat you. Like I want that. Like that's the last good game of the season. I want that to feel like a cup final. Like I want the atmosphere to feel like a cup final, because I don't give a shit about Crystal Palace at home and whatever the other game in between that, Brighton, I think it is. Like I don't fucking care. I want to see us treat this like it's a cup final. I want to see Mo get 2 assists. I want to see 21.
Can I ask a question, guys? Yeah, is 7th or is 8th place this season a European spot? By the way, because like I've been seeing a lot of that Brentford could be getting European football.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
No, but wait, it also heavily depends on what happens with the FA Cup, because it could happen the same thing that happened to us last season, where if Crystal Palace win the FA Cup, they take the Europa spot out of the league.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because right now Bournemouth has got a chance of getting European football right now. They'll be basically getting Conference League football.
Bournemouth, it could go anywhere. Brentford, Brighton.
It's from 11 to 8th. 11 to 8th. That's what I'm saying. 11 to 8th. They're all fighting for a potential spot in the conference.
Yeah, it's crazy. Big up Mina for the super chat. Big up Mina for the super chat. Obviously, he says, RSM, can you make Husam crime video like Cal? You pick. I don't even know what that means.
I edited I edited a
putting
video.
someone in the cell. He's putting someone in the cell.
Yeah, I edited a video for Hussam for Cal because he said I think that Owen was a Liverpool legend.
You should hold the cell, and whoever the fuck decides to show up willy nilly late as hell.
That's true. That's true.
We're gonna hold.
No, but you know
what?
what's even better. You know what's even better. I'll hold it, and then the first thing, as soon as they speak, put them in the slammer. How about that?
Yeah,
they begin to speak. Put them in the slammer. We'll do it.
Yeah, I know, and I hope it's Will. I'm not gonna lie. Just part
please,
of me really
bro.
wants
That'd be
it to
hilarious.
Please.
So what'd you think of the game? Psh, slam.
Yeah, exactly. Too bad. Yeah. Big up Mina for the super chat, obviously my guy, and yeah, Inter did save football today. I really did enjoy that match, but we're gonna talk about that here in a minute.
Hold up, here I'm gonna share this. So this is what
do it.
But this could get Chelsea top 5. This right here, these results could potentially get Chelsea top 5. I don't think this is crazy. Aston Villa 1 draw and they could win the rest of the games. Forest win everything and draw against us. I put that City win everything. They don't really matter. These results get us top 5 because we have a way better goal difference than Forest. So, like, I think it's possible. Fine. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. I think the Liverpool win put us in a position to where those points were not on the table before when we were doing our analysis like months back. Now they are. It's in our hands.
It's not. It is. I think it is in your hands, but like, there's just
we just can't lose. We just can't lose. We just can't lose. That's it. If we lose any of the games, it's over.
For me, it's 2 wins, one draw. You get 2 wins.
There's a part. I knew he was listening. Anyway, big up Will. Fraud. Anyway.
Yeah, I think for me, you have to get 2 wins, 1 draw. Obviously, I think United will always play a weaker team against us. Which you know why. But then Newcastle for me, or Nottingham Forest, you have to beat one of them. If you beat one of them, then I think you just guarantee yourself that's
best case would be Newcastle United. So then Forest end of the it's not as much pressure. That would be best case.
Exactly. And so I think for me as well, you know, you look at their midfield. They mentioned Joelinton. I think with the way our midfielders play, you do a job there. You can control that game, bro, from midfield. And I think you basically give yourself enough opportunity there to outscore them. But that's what you got to hope to make happen.
Yeah. The answer's pretty fucking simple. Just win every game, and you don't have to worry about anything.
Exactly.
Can I ask the panel a question? I'm gonna ask the panel a question. What do you think about Nottingham Forest?
I think they're gonna fall off. They've been pretenders.
Do they fall out? I hope they fall out.
No, but you know what? You know what it is, TJ. They also Murillo got injured for them, a hammy.
Yep.
In the game against Palace, so that's bad for them, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I think they are balancing out with the good form that they've had. Because even if you look at some of the results where they were still winning, they were kind of fraudulent. You could tell the performances were starting to taper off, but the results were kind of still there. Now the results are matching their performances. That's really what it is. I think they're winless in like 6 now, potentially. Like it's been a while, or like 1-6, something like that.
They've won 1-6.
1-6. There you go. They're 1-6.
Yeah, I think what's just happened is quite simple. Teams decided to respect them. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Their way of football, as I said many a time of the season, was based on counter-attacking, bro.
Fuck did I say Nuno's the manager of the season? You fucking smoking, bro. Don't put words in my mouth. Arnie Slot is the manager of the season.
My favorite.
Why would his manager won in the league? Why would he say anybody else?
Fuck? My manager just won the league in his first season when no other Dutchman has ever won the league as a manager.
That's actually so hilarious, bro. Yes.
Yeah, but like
he's the second. He's the second bald guy in 8 years to win this fucking league. Fuck off, manager of the season.
I just think for me, and just going back to my point again, it's quite simple. Nottingham Forest started getting respect. You can see the way teams play against them now. They played the low blocks against them. They actually played quite defensive against them now, right? And their whole thing was that they're really great on the counter. You see that a lot of their goals come from counter-attacking, the vast majority of them, because they've got the pace, and then they've got a guy like Chris Wood, he can just throw the ball into the box, he will head that in and crash it on you. So again, when teams stop doing that for you, do you have a way of unlocking them? And I don't think they necessarily had the answer for that at the end of the day. So again, listen, I think they've got Leicester next or something like that. I think that would be a good, thing for them if they want to bounce back from it.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I need to look at what. No, keep going. I need to look at what their schedule is because I
think they've got a few.
It's. I know. It's Leicester, West Ham, then Chelsea. That's their next 3.
Leicester at home, West Ham away, and who else?
Yeah.
Chelsea.
Then
away.
it's us. No, us.
Oh.
Hmm.
Is it bad that I want you to do it? Here's why. There's a
Okay.
lot of there and we were talking about this backstage. There's a lot of social media people and people jumping on YouTube being Nottingham Forest fans and being like, "Oh yeah, we're relevant now." And I'm just like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. You cheated to get here. You broke financial rules to get here." And
Yep.
give them credit. I will give them credit. They cheated and they're the only team that's come up from the championship in the last 3 years that have actually been able to stay up.
Pretty much.
So it's one of those things where I'm like, do I want Nottingham Forest in the Champions League for the heritage part of it? Yeah, kind of, because that'd be cool to see them back in the Champions League. They're one of the few people that have won it from the English league. But at the same, I mean, they have two more stars than I have. But at the same time, I just think that
TJ, I was seeing Forest fans.
You got too cocky for me.
I was seeing them a couple weeks ago say, because I watched the panel shows, right? Saying,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, and they were pretty much saying, listen, we're on the road to number 3. I'm like, excuse me, bro, come on, man. Especially when you watch games like today. What are we doing here? And this is the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. This is the thing. Ahmed, by the way, is spot on. Once teams start respecting you and they play lower blocks, if you do not have the quality to unlock the low block, that is a stumbling block from going from a mid-table team to a top team. And as it stands, Forest just clearly do not have the quality to deal with that. Like, we were flying. Dude, we were flying in the Prem. And then teams were like, oh shit, this isn't Poch's Chelsea. We can't go band for band anymore. Let's sit in a low block. And then you saw what happened for 2 months. It was bad.
3 months, bro. We went a good quarter of the season just being,
bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, the low block, no, I'm telling you, that December, January period where we only saw back-to-back low blocks every game and we couldn't do anything was just pure depression. And Forest fans are starting to see it. When you start being respected, this is what happens. And the team that Forest made is really good for staying in the Prem, because when teams do not respect you and you can be effective on the counter, their team is set up for that. When plan A does not work, there is no plan B. Their squad is not versatile enough. Nuno does not have the tactics when they go down really to be able to win a game. And that's what a lot of Forest fans have been saying, by the way. That's not just me saying that.
Can I just say, Morgan Gibbs-White, yeah, I think he's a good player, but I think he gets a lot, or I think he's quite overrated in my personal opinion, because, you know, I see a lot of Forest fans themselves, and I've seen a lot of opposition fans. I know Man City is now linked with him, Morgan Gibbs-White, but I feel like he keeps the ball ticking, but I don't think he's got the skills to pay the bills. I'll be honest, I don't really see with Morgan Gibbs-White. I don't really see what he.
But you know what it is he's able to move the ball effectively when they're in the counter. But in these games, he's kind of been exposed when they have more of the ball. He can't do enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that he's trash. He just can't do enough. That's it. He's limited.
But that's what confuses me, because I'm seeing City's linked to him, and I'm like, I'm not sure what he has to it. Like,
I don't know.
I have no idea. So I just don't get it. But that's maybe I'm just not seeing something.
All right, Warrior J asks, and big up Will. Welcome to the show, my friend. I hope you got your chicken fingers and your bland fucking ranch, whatever you eat it with.
Do you eat chicken with ranch sauce?
This guy, just throw me in the cell. Get it out the way. Just throw me in.
Oh, Staffy's live right now, and he's fucking talking shit in the chat.
There's no way
That's
Staffy's
ridiculous, bro. He's live right now,
Staffy
bro.
to join American Waffle after his stream. This guy yapped for 45 minutes about nothing.
He's not. No, he's not. He's not live.
He was live.
Oh no, he was going live talking about how Al Halal was the
low IQ content. No thank you.
Will telling Staffy there's no low IQ
That's
content.
crazy. That's crazy. Hold up. Dang, we're throwing shots.
I'm not gonna lie, Staffy subs are getting starved over there. There's no feeding going on.
Dang. You gonna take that, Staffy? Me personally, I wouldn't, but
hold that.
Yeah, big up Staffy for the raid, by the way. Welcome to more low IQ content. Make sure that you guys are smashing the like.
No, this is high IQ content. Respect us, please.
make sure that you are you're sharing the channel around. Make sure that you are liking the thing, and obviously big up Staffy for the raid. Now, I did want to ask Warriors question. He says, let me ask the panel, do you guys think this top 4 race goes to the last day, or which game which do you think top 5 finish? Actually, I want to ask this question, and then I think it's last day too, but I want to ask everybody, what's your top 5?
I actually think if Chelsea win against Newcastle next week, then I think
United.
No, I think actually Newcastle. If he beat Newcastle, then I think it's game over.
Yeah, it's GG's.
It's game over.
Well, at least it's GG's in terms of the 4th position, because then it's who's going to be in behind Chelsea. That's it. It'll be Newcastle, Forest. Yeah.
Then it'll basically be between Newcastle and Forest from a Chelsea perspective.
Yep. So, unless Villa win every game. Unless they somehow do win every game.
I could see Villa winning every game, to be honest, because I think they're very talented in terms of what they can do.
Wait, what's their goal difference?
But I think for me, from a 5th spot perspective,
6.
That's not great.
What is this? What's it called? Polybird doing here, man? Polybird around here, man. Hey, we got
what up, Jacob?
This is
looking like a.
I heard y'all were talking about Angel Postecoglou, so I just
Angel Postecoglou.
No one
way.
I don't think Spurs ever came out of
one
anyone's
said that.
mouth.
Jacob, by the way, Jacob, hold up. I need you to know, bro. I need you to win the Europa, bro. I can't see United winning, bro. Please, you need to do it for the culture. I mean, that's serious.
So
Hey, hold on. I just want, for the record, let's go back to the first American Waffle episode of the season where I said that I think that Spurs are going to win a trophy this season. So if that happens,
Das ball knowledge. Das ball knowledge.
Listen, if it happens, I'm a genie. I'm a genie if it happens. But TJ, to answer your question, I'm going to shock the world here. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Villa. That's my top 5. I think Newcastle and Forest are falling out.
Wow.
Damn. You're muted, bro.
You think Newcastle falls out? And here's why I'm saying, and this is why I think Arsenal are going to drop to 3rd or 4th. I don't see Arsenal the way that we're playing in the league. I don't see us getting more than 1 win to end this in our last 3 games, because we play Liverpool, we play Newcastle, and then obviously we'll beat Southampton. Am I being too toxic and negative for you, Ahmed? You're the one who's saying back the team.
No, I don't think you're being too negative there at all, man. I really think it depends on your result tomorrow, man. Yeah, it doesn't even depend on the result tomorrow, because if you lose that result, you still be disheartened. If you win that result, you just still be playing. I think we'll still play like a B team in the remaining Premier League fixtures. So I think the reality is you're probably going to be 3rd place in my personal opinion.
Why would you play the B team in the remaining Premier League fixtures when the final is 3 weeks from
way after? Yeah, it's way after.
Yeah, you don't have to rest.
Like
players.
maybe Saka because you don't want to re-injure him.
No.
Everybody else.
There'd be a massive this whole concept of resting players. It's fucking bullshit.
That's what they do.
You can't rest Saka the rest of the season if they somehow win.
No. I'm not saying rest him every season, but I'm not saying like what Arteta does, playing full 90s for no reason. Arteta this season, y'all will be 3-0 up in the cup against some Bandulu team, and Saka plays the whole game. Why?
Yeah, exactly.
So that was 82.
Yeah, no, I was just waiting.
It was 82 minutes technically.
Hey, respect the mute, man.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you decided to speak up. I bet you would have
saved 5 minutes.
You wish you would have saved those freaking chicken fingers for now, huh? So you got something to do in the jail cell. Anyway, big up Mina for the super chat as well. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry, you guys were saying?
Yeah, listen, I want to actually no one really cares about Arsenal, bro. And then the day making top 4.
No. That's not true. We literally have a return fixture.
Wait. Let's be honest. We know what we're really here for Arsenal, but in terms of the Premier League, bro, you've got to be in the Champions League. We don't really talk about
all right, then. Let's talk about tomorrow. Before
we are going through.
I'm going to say something.
TJ,
we are going through
TJ.
tomorrow. We're going through tomorrow.
All right, fair enough. I just want
TJ's positive. What the fuck is happening, bro?
Whoa!
What is this? What is Top Gunner TJ?
Top Gunner TJ is here, baby. Let's go.
It's TJ.
First time TJ's ever been a top anything.
TJ.
Hashtag believe.
That's crazy,
TJ. Come on, man. See, listen, TJ, you need to realize something,
What?
You need
What
to
do I
have
gotta
an agenda.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
Well, that's true as well.
I was never in Kansas. I'm in Missouri.
Yes, but
Close enough.
you know, one of the things I always say, yeah, you gotta have a good agenda against like a player that you believe's not been performing their level. You know, I have an agenda.
Yo, give it up,
against
man. Give it up, bro.
Had an
Give
agenda
it
against
up, bro.
Korea. They've been thriving since. You need to make sure there's one guy that you don't like here that you need to have an agenda against here to make sure that he pulls through for you tomorrow. Who is that guy? Who is that guy, TJ? Who is that guy, TJ?
Who's the guy that I need to pull through and that I believe will pull through tomorrow?
Yes, that's the guy.
All right. Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
I'm listening, man. I'm listening.
Okay. Are you listening closely?
Declan Rice is going to score 8 free kicks. That's how they're going to go through.
Declan Rice gets 3 free kicks and Martin Odegaard actually shows up. That's what I'm going.
You're out of your fucking mind. Listen.
Big up Marshall.
Big up. You miss me yet? Are you tired of Ahmed?
Yeah.
We don't miss you.
Echo.
You got an
The
echo.
second Marshall joined, we get a fucking echo.
There you go. Yeah. Fix.
No.
Fix it.
I don't
I'll
actually
fix it.
believe in Odegaard, but if we are going to win, Odegaard needs to show up. I think we're capable of getting it done. It would be just like our. Here's the thing. Here's why I'm so confident. Is because Arsenal are inventing ways and are very, very good at inventing ways to break my heart. Okay, they will get past PSG in Paris because they want to inflict as much pain as possible.
That's the best.
We will
joke
go to
you've
the
told this
final.
year.
We will go to the final and we will lose.
So now you're going with my
Because-
agenda.
Yeah,
Yo,
pretty
I
much.
am
that's
going
the
with-
opposite.
Yeah,
I
he
am
wants
going
them to
with
get to the
yours. I don't
finals.
care.
They can lose.
Yeah, no,
The thing is-
because I just know this club. This club will be like the Avalanche. This club will be like the Nuggets for me. They are going to break my heart.
Don't do that,
The
man.
hell are you
Nugget
talking
Nation
about?
don't break that, man.
Avalanche.
Nugget
You live
Nation
in the
don't break
mountains?
results, man. Nugget
I
Nation.
said Nugget Nation. Give it up,
Listen,
bro.
I'm
Lost
gonna-
your dumbass fucking stars. Anyway, good. Sorry.
Oh,
gonna-
the stars at night are big and bright. Huh?
I don't think that's what Dallas Stars sing.
It is. It is.
Just
Deep
clapping.
in the heart
Like,
of
what's going
Texas.
on here?
I have
But
no idea
regardless
what's
of
going
that,
on.
You
TJ,
close
the
your
only
eyes. You just a softcore porno.
as much as I want to agree with you, the issue here is that PSG should have scored 6 goals against Liverpool in the round of 16, but we had Allison. You don't have Allison. They scored 3 goals against Villa at home in the quarterfinal. They probably should have scored more that game, but they had Emi Martinez. They scored only 1 against you, but that was away, and this is the first time where they get to play at home on the second leg in this whole Champions League campaign. Plus, you add into the fact that you had you had 3 clear-cut one-on-ones that you just failed to put in the back of the net. 2 of them literally one-on-ones, Martinelli and Trossard. Didn't score from there. That means that you're going to have to play football against this team away from home. That means that you're going to be open. That means they're going to have more space to attack, which means David Raya is going to be under more pressure. And I
think they're
going to
play the exact same way they played at the Emirates. I think they're going to try to press us. They're going to press the shit out of us. We didn't have an answer for
I'm
it.
talking about you. You're going to have Arsenal. Dude, everything is on you, right? Like, you have to go there. You have to score first.
100%.
You have to win, right? They don't have to do shit. They can just press you for 90 minutes and keep the fucking ball. Their midfielders are all more technical than your midfielders. The midfielders are probably more technical than your entire fucking team. Then they don't have to be open. You do. You have to be open, which leaves space for Hakimi, which leaves space for Mendes, which leaves space for Kvaratskhelia.
We played.
Anyway.
Here's the thing, Doss. We played open against them at the Emirates. So what are you talking about?
I don't think that they were as aggressive as they would normally be at the Emirates because their objective was to score 1 goal.
Fucking aggressive. They were aggressive. They were
But
pressing
like,
us
you
all
do
game.
realize
they
you're
were only
playing
aggressive.
at their ground, right?
No,
like
they were being
have home
aggressive
field
for 20
advantage. Their
minutes, TJ.
ultras know how to properly put up a banner and a tifo, and on top of that, like
That
come
is
on,
such
like,
that's such a bullshit agenda. Who
The
cares
shower,
about
the
you?
shower curtain,
Hold on,
the shower
hold on.
curtain.
Hold on.
No, no, it's
No,
Shout out the shower curtain, man.
Wait.
That was not
If
too
you
much.
if
Bro,
you define,
X said that was Robbie's t-shirt. That shit killed me.
if you define aggression as just isolating fullbacks with one-on-ones and hoping that something happens, then fine. Yeah, sure. They were super fucking aggressive. But by no means were they playing with the same impetus that they played against Liverpool in the first leg at home, or against Villa in the first leg at home. It is not the same thing. The way that they have played at home has been completely different from the way that they have played away this entire Champions League campaign. I've watched every single game. They're going to be more aggressive. They're not just going to isolate. They're going to get Vitinha in. They're going to get Neves in. And also, Neves probably should have fucking scored at the end of that game. That was a shit shot, wide open from the center of the box. They're just going to get more of that because they're going to be more aggressive because you're going to be more aggressive.
Can I add to Mike's point?
Yeah.
If you look at PSG's game plan, they were the most aggressive in the first 20 minutes of that game. Like if you actually look at that game,
they were.
Yeah, right. After that, they basically decided they took a step back. You know what I mean? You also
they took a step back as soon as they knew they had the lead, and then they were comfortable.
Yeah, exactly,
I do say that.
Yeah. Right, and then also I think you guys did a good job of starting to counter press them whenever they started to play out the back, which I'm going to give you guys credit for. I think when it's at their home ground again, I think they're going to come with the same energy, probably in the first 20 minutes again, right? And if they are goal in that period, they will definitely just shut up shop for.
Wait, did Arsenal get a penalty in the first game?
No, we did not.
No, they didn't.
Okay, I don't know what that guy said. The missed penalty. I was like, what?
No,
I don't know what they're talking about with the missed penalty.
I'm assuming the ref missed the pen is what they're saying.
Well, the ref put in an absolute fucking mare in that game. He lost control of that game from minute one. Like it was absolutely insane to watch. Like
come on, I don't want to hear about
Of course he did.
No, I know. I'm an Arsenal fan. I know I'm not allowed to talk about the refs.
Every day referee, man. You know what I mean? When are you gonna leave the referees alone, TJ?
When are you going to hold Trossard accountable for missing a fucking one-on-one? When are you going to hold Martinelli accountable for missing a one-on-one?
I will hold Trossard accountable when people bring me video proof that I ever said that he was a 9.
Or change the fact that he had a one-on-one. It doesn't change the fact that he had a one-on-one.
Here's the thing, like
here's the thing is he is not a starter in the Premier League. People don't understand that. But if he fucks up, people are like, "Oh my god, how did he miss that?" Dude, he's a squad player. He's a squad player. I never really rated him to begin with. He's not world class. I don't expect him to bury those things. Like when he misses sitters like that, it's like I'm watching a Premier League game. Like it's nothing different.
But let's be honest too. Like,
if he's not coming in, hold on, real quick. If he's not coming in the 70th minute, he doesn't know how to play football. I'm dead serious. He's playing a different sport. Anyway, keep going. Sorry. Go ahead, Marshall.
No. I'm just saying. Like, let's be honest too. Like against Real Madrid, a lot of us predicted you guys weren't going to win because of the facts. The facts are you guys don't have a striker. You guys don't have Gabriel, your best center back this season. You know, like, and in this game, the facts are still there. You don't have your best center back. You don't have a striker. You just like at some point it's gonna catch up to you. Like this isn't Disney World. Like the dreams don't always come true. Like at some point those disadvantages are going to catch up to you. And let's be real. Against PSG at home when you had the shower curtain up there. You guys couldn't do it. You guys looked a shell against
TJ.
Them.
We could see the fans behind the tifo, bro. It's a bit of a shower. Let's be real.
Yeah, no, but like, let's be real. Like, let's be real. Against PSG at home,
might be up
they
there.
barely put up a fight. PSG looked the better team. So against PSG, at PSG, when you got the ultras showing you how to properly set up a banner, how to properly be a crowd, how to properly back your team. What the fuck chance do you think you really have?
Marshall,
this is nasty.
We're out there looking like the better team. They are the better team. It's not.
Exactly. They are the better team, but they also have a complete squad, minus like the striker. But Enrique found out a way how to play without a striker. You really think that Arteta is coping and he's unlocked our Arsenal without a striker? No, they still need a striker. TJ will tell you right here in front of all of us that next season they still need a striker. Like, listen,
2 of them. We need
at
2
the end.
strikers.
At the end of the day, you know your team has gaps, and when it comes to this competition, you need those gaps to finish, to get to the finish line. It's like, I'm sorry to tell you, TJ, but like, I don't think you're gonna get past this squad. Maybe what Das said is fulfilled, and you get to the final and you lose out, and we get to see you cry on American Waffle, and that's great and all. But like, at the end of the day, I don't think you get past PSG. I'm sorry. Like the dream is done. Like let's be real now. Like wake up, pinch yourself. You were lucky enough to play a shitty Real Madrid side. You were lucky enough.
I really like how they're a shitty Real Madrid side, but they weren't shitty when they beat Man City.
No, they were.
Brother,
No,
we
they
were
were.
shit.
They were. TJ, they were. TJ, they were.
Like,
They still should have been good enough to beat you guys, but you guys had
but in
world class
playoffs,
free kicks.
I just like
That, let's be honest.
No. I just don't want people fucking diminishing the fact that we are actually in a Champions League semifinal.
That's great, but no one's gonna
You want a
give a shit if
fucking
you don't win
cookie,
it.
bro? Like,
Yeah, you want a trophy for that,
You can only
you
fucking
pussy?
play who's in front of you.
Baby's first semifinal. Woo! Like, come on, bro. What are we doing here?
Oh my
Hey, we're in the city too, guys.
TJ, let's be real.
Zero.
Hold on, guys. Panel. Let's be real. If they don't get those free kicks, do you think they win that against Real Madrid?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Don't do that.
No. Marshall, hold up. Madrid, hold up. Hold up. Madrid were that bad, bro.
Content.
Oh, sorry.
Damn. Look how Ahmed got locked up.
Hold on, wait. So look, forget the free kicks, right? Even if Declan Rice
That's what I have to say, man.
didn't score
Go ahead.
two
Go ahead.
bangers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If it was not for Thibaut Courtois, they would have beaten us like 7 or 8-1 on aggregate.
Yep.
Like,
they would've.
they absolutely
Fair
could.
enough,
And
fair
then when
enough,
we
fair enough.
played Man City in the playoff round,
You guys were really shit.
that was arguably that was one of our better performances of the season, and we still weren't that good.
Yeah.
Like
Marshall could admit that he was wrong on that.
it's
point.
just
That's
a
okay.
very off-season.
I'm wrong. Yeah.
No,
no,
listen,
Real
like,
Madrid were pretty
two
shit.
things
that
can be
day.
true. We can say in this fixture list, PSG has been better than them, right? But
Yeah.
last fixture, they played really well against Real Madrid.
PSG would have destroyed them. PSG,
Yes.
if we would have got past Arsenal, and if it had been Real Madrid PSG,
The things they would have done to y'all, bro.
PSG
Spank
would
you
have
guys.
PSG would have two-pieced you, man. I'll be
Well,
honest.
they
man.
did get
Two
spanked
piece.
from Arsenal as well.
two-piece.
Two piece. Bro, they were about to get.
Two-piece out of
They're
fries
hold up.
and
They're about to
soda.
get a 10.
Two-piece out of
They were
soda.
about to get. They were gonna get a 10-piece nugget, bro. What are we talking about?
You're about to get the, you know what I mean?
Goals.
You know,
Hold up. Potentially, by the way, if that did happen, the current Madrid backline would be Vasquez, Tchouameni, Asensio, Garcia. They would get ran through, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
You know what
TJ
I've gone?
is
Do you know what
on
I've
my
gone?
back line right now.
yeah, they would have
TJ
gone a
is
nice
like
little.
bag of brace.
Yeah, Will would have gone a jab. They would have gone a jab, uppercut, hook. That's what would have happened to his team, bro. That's
Wouldn't
what
have been
PG
fun.
would have done to you.
When
Would have been
Bro,
nice,
they would
man.
have they would have just been spamming like kids do in fucking Street Fighter, but it just wouldn't have done anything. They literally just would have been spamming the whole 90 minutes. They would have just been mashing any fucking button that they could click, and then the ball would still somehow end up in their own goal, and they'd say, "Fuck, how'd that happen?"
That's
But I
all
mean,
right.
guys,
That's
let's also be real. Like, if they went up against this Inter side or this Barca side, they don't get past it. Like, let's be real. I mean, at the end of the day, Real Madrid dropped the ball. They weren't at their best. They were missing key players. And yeah, I mean, good for Arsenal. They played well on the day. They did what they had to do. But again, I think they're missing too many key components that, quite frankly, it's gonna catch up to you at some point. It just has to. There's no
Like,
you just
my thing is this.
You can't do it at this point.
My thing is this. Hold up. I hear TJ out on the reasons why he believes they can get it done against PSG. However, I believe that the arguments you could make in favor of PSG winning the tie is stronger than that you could do for Arsenal. Not saying that it's an impossibility that Arsenal could get through, just that I feel like PSG have stronger arguments to be able to go through. That's it. That's simple for me.
What I don't want to hear is that Arsenal bottled it. Like, as much as I hate Arsenal, I don't think anyone was expecting Arsenal realistically to beat PSG in the semifinal. I don't think anyone with a brain would have expected them to just go through willy-nilly instantaneously.
Vader,
Yep.
they weren't
Arsenal are clearly better than PSG. It's not a bottle job. They're down one. They're also down 1-0.
Yeah.
So again, that's not a bottle job. You're losing.
Yeah, they are losing. But the reason why I gotta go is because the game hasn't been played yet. If Arsenal go out and they score 2 early goals, right? They're now leading the tie. And if it happens to be like they flame out to close out this game, then it'd be like, hey, we're seeing a lot of poor management from players, from manager, right? Like they could bottle this tie depending on how they perform early in the game. If it's tight, okay, fair enough. No one's gonna say it was a bottle job to crash out or to lose to PSG. I think it's a little unfair as well to like trying to diminish what TJ did to get to the semifinal.
Exactly, I agree, man. I can't lie to you. It's a bit of nasty for Marshall.
Who
bro.
gives a shit if he loses?
Well,
Listen, Donnarumma's on fire. He's rewriting his history. Right
listen. All I'm saying is that you know. Listen, we don't want to be giving hindrance to Arsenal fans when they tell their kids on their DVD box sets, about the night in the Emirates.
These wounds I have.
Yes, you know what I mean.
I don't know how I got these scars.
Not even get Blu-ray. They gotta go bunch it,
You
bro.
know what I mean? The night in the Bernabeu. You know what I mean? It might even be like an AE. You know what I mean? In 10 years' time, an AFTV documentary.
The We Beat Madrid, the We Beat Madrid Cup. You know where they lift
the AFT documentary. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? AFTV production special. You know what I mean?
What is it? What is it? What is the doc called? All or Nothing or something like that?
It doesn't fucking mean anything if you don't win, and that's the thing. Like, it does not matter if you don't win the. I go back to Liverpool versus Barcelona in 2019. Messi, maybe free kick of all time, right, against Liverpool at home. Doesn't fucking matter because we beat you 4-0 on the return leg, and that's all that people are going to talk about for that whole time. It's not going to be Messi's free kick. It's going to be the fact that we won 4-0 at home. Corner taken quickly goes over the greatest free kick I've ever seen.
This is terrible. I hate where football's going. I hate if this is the state of football where you're going to ignore moments. If you're going to ignore just like magical performances from players and events, then what are we doing here? It's not just about the result. It's not just about the win.
I get that, but it's not ignoring moments. That those moments get overshadowed by the winners.
I'll agree with that. But when Mike Doss says no one will remember, no, that's completely wrong. We'll all remember that. No disrespect, Will, but we'll all remember.
No, disrespect him 100%.
We'll all remember novice Arteta doing what he did to Ancelotti. Doing what he did to Real Madrid.
I mean, is he a novice? Like 5 years in, is he really?
Can we cut the whole rookie shit?
Man. No, I mean, but he's not like a spring chicken, Like that's kind of like when City fans talk about. Like he's like 21 or something. It's like, bro, like he's 27, I think, right? Like 26. Like,
Will wasn't even fucking confident. Will could barely get himself to say that we're gonna go through. I did think that it was like pulling teeth.
A lot of here's what's so funny. Here's what's so funny that a 5-1 aggregate win will do.
I've had chess since December. I don't want to.
Nobody gave us a shot.
That's true.
Nobody gave us a shot, and people are so quick to forget that.
Wait, but it's rival.
Nobody was giving us a shot.
Wait, but TJ, that's rival fans. Like, for example,
there were plenty of Arsenal fans that were doing the same thing. I was in the same boat.
Fair enough. But like, for example, if you would have talked to like End the Stream Dave, right? He said that Arsenal were gonna knock us out. I said that we weren't gonna win the first leg, but I thought that we would win the second leg.
Yeah.
He said that we're getting knocked out. So, like, there are Madrid fans who were like,
damn.
God damn, dude. You got absolutely.
Why you gotta call me a cholo?
Damn, 20 minutes in the slammer.
Dude, you
wait a minute.
Hey,
no Spanish, let alone ball.
Are you telling me that Marshall does not speak Spanish? No way.
We won't know because we'll never know because
we'll never know.
We'll never know.
I thought.
I guess we'll never.
Wait, don't you guys learn Spanish in school?
Let me read these super chats. They don't speak Spanish in New Jersey. Cholo Marshall in the cell. He says we don't know
American education system, bro.
You don't know Spanish, let alone ball. Yes, we did score because of Captain Eros, but we controlled both legs and walked them without a leash. Defense wins titles, and ours is superior.
TJ, I want to put the nail. I want to put the nail in the fucking coffin once and for all.
You're gonna do it, huh? Okay, keep going.
If you lose to PSG,
my days, bro. It'll be one of these.
And he put TJ.
TM 127, my G. My G.
Well, TJ,
I got my
TJ
people
can't
out
answer
there,
this
and I
anymore.
do speak Spanish. F you,
Yes,
the
TJ can't answer
doubters.
this. He can't answer this with his words, but he can answer it with a nod, and then the rest of the panels can answer this with words. But if you lose to PSG, let's say you go out swinging, right? You score, it's 1-0. What? Actually, you know what? Fuck this whole context. If you lose to PSG, but the fact that you beat Arsenal, does that buy Arteta one more year? Are you getting one more year for Arteta because you beat Real Madrid?
Brother, him beating Real Madrid.
Exactly. There we go. There we go. Point proven.
Guys, hold up. Are we saying Arteta last dance? I hear it. One more year.
Arteta beating Real Madrid has given him 3 more seasons.
Let's go. Let's go.
Damn.
Let's go. 3 more years.
Will,
3 more years.
I'm asking from his perspective.
Oh, okay.
Of whether or not that buys him more time. I think that listen. Stan Kroenke has pretty much fucking proven the point. This is 3 straight seasons of second place. He doesn't care, right? Like,
what?
It is what it is. I don't think he's going anywhere.
You can't say what.
Vader. Yeah, I was about to say, Vader, don't do this, bro.
No, I got
the feigned surprise. What?
No,
come on, bro.
Okay, hold on. It's not a fake surprise. It's genuine. I'm being genuine when I'm surprised to hear that from a Mike Dawes who has FSG. That's why I'm surprised at it, because he's like, Kroenke clearly they don't want to.
Because I just won the fucking Premier League, baby. FSG are fine right now. I got no ish.
All right, Mike, you just won the Prem, and what did they spend last season? But then you want to talk about Kroenke's not supporting Arteta when he did spend
because they don't win.
Whoa, Vader. Yeah. That's not what I said. I said that the Kroenkes support Arteta. That's why he will stay. He's going to stay because the Kroenkes support Arteta. Because I don't see, number one, I don't see what manager in the world that you pluck from a different position where he would want to go to Arsenal to improve them. Okay. Number two, he beat Real Madrid, so he's gotten to a semifinal. So technically, on the Kroenke board, that's progress because we didn't make the semifinal last year. So also they haven't regressed because they'll finish in second, which means that they're consistent.
No, because it's true. They haven't regressed because technically.
No, but why are you doing this? You don't have to do air quotes. They did regress.
No, you don't have to do air quotes because in reality, they have regressed. Let's be honest. Look at the league table. They're nowhere near challenging for the league.
Look at how many draws they've had this season, bro.
Okay, guys.
Bro, they have
Vader,
less wins.
Let me tell you this.
They have less wins.
Vader, let me tell you this.
Newcastle.
You have more wins than them.
Vader, let me tell you this. There is a possibility where at the end of the season, Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool finish ahead of Arsenal.
Yeah, there's
maybe 40 minutes.
An additional sentence is nasty work, bro.
I don't think TJ is gonna get another word in this whole show.
No, TJ, hold up, TJ, you could, TJ can take this time to learn sign language. That's the only time he's gonna be able to say something.
Is a great app, man.
TJ could donate $30 to himself. Free himself. I
just wanna actually attack. I don't. Sorry, before you go, let me just attack the point made by my good brother Vader. The thing is,
I didn't even finish my point, but go ahead.
But no. I think there's a term that I like to use here, which is regression against failure. Right. I think from an Arsenal perspective, you have to look from a Premier League specific perspective.
Yeah,
they have both
you guys
failed.
Are frauds. You guys are frauds that way because you want to section off the season.
Wait, no, but we're looking at them specifically because their primary aim has always been to win a Premier League, bro. They don't even think about the Champions League, bro, the way they're talking about it right now.
These are the same guys that told me my priority was to win the champs and not win the Prem. You guys don't know?
No, but we do, bro.
Even both arguments, though, Vader. There's no trophy to show for this season, and there's no progress in the Premier League to show for this season. So what do we? It is regression.
No,
you get one extra stage further in Champions League, but what Doss is pointing it out, it's just like it is regression.
But why do we do this? Like, I know it's American Waffle, but why are we ignoring the season that they had? The reason why I'm on here and you guys clown me, oh, here goes Vader, because I always apply the context to my club that I'm going to apply to another club. My season is regression, but there's context to it, right? You're not going to
You're
look
missing
at
Rodri.
more than Rodri, Marshall.
Yeah, but the difference
Well,
is
yeah, I
that you
get
just
that,
won.
but-
You just won 4 straight Premier Leagues.
Exactly.
You're allowed to
Yes,
regress.
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
You won a treble.
So hold on, wait.
You
So
didn't
Vader-
have 5 seasons to
wait.
build a team and then completely
Vader,
neglect players
Vader,
that in key positions.
Manchester City, Vader, you guys have credit in the bank, right?
Mhm.
City
Exactly.
has just won the league 4 straight years. So if you have this bad season where you're still going to finish top 4 and you're in a cup final that you're probably going to win, you get a lot of grace, right? Because of what you've just done. As far as Arsenal are concerned, right? Not every season can be an excuse on why you keep underperforming. Again, this is not American sports, right? It's not like the NFL where there's only one trophy to be won. You could win the
Yes.
Prem, you could win the
Yeah.
Carabao Cup, you could win the FA Cup, you could win the Champions League. You have 4 chances at a trophy. And for 5 years, he's failed every single time. So
That's 0 for 20,
I think that
bitch.
after a while, the context no longer matters. Because it's like, then
Okay,
it's
so
just
that's
always
true.
going to be an excuse every single season.
Okay, so guys,
So,
all right. If the conversation was Arteta didn't get a trophy this season, regression, like I get all that. But if it's the season with regards to what they pursued, we can't argue that they have advanced further and they have beat strong historic clubs along the way. Champions
Yeah, but
League
like-
cannot be ignored. So
but what
yeah.
do they have to show for that?
But okay, no,
Well,
but again,
okay, but right now there's nothing to right now, as of today, they play tomorrow. Right now, there's nothing to show for it.
But it's
but
been
I-
5 years, Vader. It's been
Context.
No,
Wait,
but
wait,
let's
hold on,
just
hold
stop
on.
with this
Hold
5
on,
years.
Will.
The first year,
Vader,
what,
that's
Will.
half a decade. Would you
Will.
do 5 years in jail? That's a long ass time.
You're taking the wrong angle, Will. Will, you're taking the wrong angle.
I mean, TJ been 5 years in jail,
I
bro.
will
He
give me
been
the Stephen A. yell. What's going on
No,
here?
sorry,
Let me just
sorry.
the Stephen A.
You're taking the
Yo,
wrong
the
angle.
Stephen A.
You're taking the wrong angle.
right now. So my
Vader just talked about context, right? The context of Manchester City is that you're on the back of 4 in a row and you lost the Ballon d'Or winner for the entire season. So if anything, you're actually further validating that Ballon d'Or. He was so good that when you lost him for a whole season, this was the result. So, you know, I'm okay. Let's just move past that. Going further, the context of Arsenal, right? It's the context of the fact that the only trophy that he won was with another manager's team. It's the context that he spent 800.
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Hold on.
We are doing
Mike,
that.
No, we aren't.
Wait,
Mike, are
wait.
we doing the same thing for Liverpool?
It's the context. Just let me add context because you wanted to add context. It's the context that at least in the prior 2 seasons, they were actually in a title race. It was a race. This year was not a race. It hasn't been a race since October, right?
Yeah.
We've had a 9-point lead for literally the entire fucking season.
Yeah.
Race. So objectively speaking, in the Premier League, they regress. Now with the Champions League, yes, the context of that on the surface level, you could say, well, we made it 1 round farther than we did. But also, who did we play? I had to PSV, who had no fucking business being in the round.
Before you do the knockout stages, you also have to recognize how well they performed in the league stages. A new format. Okay, so that's the entire, that's why I'm saying we have to look at the entire season. Yes, I'm the first to say the trophy wise, especially domestic, Arteta needs to fix up. He needs to be able to compete in more than one area. Right now, he only looks to be able to prioritize one thing at a time. I would agree that he needs to fix up. And when I talk about novice, again, it's 5 years of being a manager, not even having any like sharpening his skills anywhere else. I'm just saying, guys. I know Champions League's not over. I don't want to say everything because we got the games tomorrow. We're going to be here next Monday or Tuesday. I just want to point out that if he makes it to a final, in my opinion, the regression, I think you don't bring that up. I don't think.
You know what? I'll say this, because I think I understand the context that you're putting in, right? But I think it's more pressing at this point in time, given the amount of time that has passed, that what Will said holds more weight. Because you're correct. In terms of the Champions League, it seems like Arteta's put basically, all his eggs in that basket. I think maybe he realized a bit of what was said, what Das said, that this has been over for a long time, that they were never going to be able to, get across the line with a 9-point gap. So he put all his eggs in the Champions League basket, right? But I think because it's been 5 years, right? It's almost to the point where they need a trophy to justify anything, to justify that this process or whatever has something to it. And so beyond any context, there at this point there needs to be something should put on the table to show that it was worth it. Otherwise, it's the same thing when like there's a company and even like the company can have a million one reasons, justifiably so, for why it's failing. But the CEO is going to get fired if they don't produce results after 5 years. Like, exactly. And at this point, this is what it needs. The process needs a trophy. They're past the point of saying we progressed one stage further in Champions League, or this time we challenged for second, or we kept it with 1 or 2 points in the league. They need to put something on the table. And I mean, this criticism has been building for years now, where we said Arteta should have picked up at least 1 cup here or there, something like this.
One last thing.
Okay.
Because when Mike kind of brought up and he was talking about the Kroenkes, apologies, maybe I stepped in a little too quick. But who knows, and Jacob isn't here, but we know that the board, owners all have different priorities and objectives. I have heard many Arsenal fans say they don't care about any other trophy but champs and Prem.
Yes.
They don't. So whether Arteta would win the Carabao, whether
I don't know about that, Vader.
They don't care, and that might be the position of the club. The Kroenkes might. Hold on.
He might not be wrong.
Let me just say this. The Kroenkes might be like, we want Arteta. We demand you finish in the top 4. That's a must. You challenge bonus, great. Also, we've never had the Champions League. Prioritize that. Let's progress on that.
You know what? Vader might be right, because maybe Arsenal's expectations as a club, right? Like in terms of Arteta's bosses, they're probably telling them something completely different to like what the fan base is expecting.
How do you explain 3 years ago then? Because 3 years ago, in 2021-22, Arsenal played Liverpool in the semifinal of the Carabao Cup. First leg was at Anfield. They played magnificently. Game ended 0-0. Second leg went back to the Emirates. They came out that game to win it. They looked like they wanted to be in that final. They wanted to win that cup. And then they lost 2-0 at home.
But Daz, I don't think that what Vader is saying is that they don't care about other stuff, but it's like priorities, right? It's so for example, right? Like maybe for Arteta to keep his job, like the Kroenkes or whoever are telling him, if you want to keep your job safe, you have to progress in the UCL and you have to finish as high in the table as like top 4. Now, if you win like the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup, then that's fantastic. But that's maybe not like a main objective.
Yeah, they're not holding him to that.
Exactly. That's my point. Like it could be true that is the case. However, if that's the case, they're stupid. Like they should be picking things up along the way.
That means that you only care about 10 of the last 20 trophies available. You don't
that
care
you've missed out on. Yeah, exactly.
One second, Ahmed, because again, here's Mike, the fraud. If you remember your manager who's now left, there was a time where he did not prioritize those domestic cups. He did not.
And then he won 3 of them.
Yeah, but later in his stint. But
here's the thing. He won me the Premier League and the Champions League before that. So like, what are we doing here? Also, I got to a Europa League final year 1.
You're getting to a Champions League final. I'm pointing out where there may be a priority that changes over the years, but at the beginning, it's top 4, advancing these 2 big competitions in terms of Prem and Champs. Then when we got a stranglehold on it, or we're comfortable, we know we're dominant, we know we got our place. All right, let's go pick up these domestics that we didn't prioritize before, which your club didn't.
Yeah, but wait. So I think this is something that I've said for a while now, that I've always felt that the Kroenkes, in my personal opinion, have always wanted to go back to that Wenger era of football, and I'd say prime Wenger era in the late aughts, early teens, where they were consistently getting top 4. They were always like a piece or 2 away. That's probably like their average ideal thing. Yes, they may want to obviously win a Premier League, might want to win a Champions League, but for them, it's just about financially maintaining where they used to be, right? Because that was the big thing towards the end of the Wenger era, even Emery to an extent, right, where they were not able to do that, right? They wanted to just reach a certain, to reach just back to competing, in my personal opinion. That's probably where the Kroenkes wanted to remain. Now, I think the problem has become, is that, and I think this is where the problem is, right? I think the fans have a different belief, right?
Yes.
Right? That listen, we're building all this stuff up because we're trying to get to the end goal of winning the Premier League, a Champions League, right? Right, because they've seen the way the FA Cups and Carabao Cups have been misleading, right, for those 2 trophies. But the problem for me is that if there's such a disconnect, I'm not sure how you then bridge the gap. It's either the fans realize that and either lower this, right?
Hey, look, Chelsea might be in a very similar situation with the direction
Egypt.
that your club might be going in, possibly.
All right, that's fair enough, and we can get to a discussion, right? But I think from this Arsenal Pacific point, right, I think the sooner the man them realize that, I think it's a lot more easier. If I'm not even mistaken, I just want to hit another point here that didn't they get to the semi-final last season? It was the quarterfinals last season.
Quarter.
The quarter.
They lost to Bayern in the quarter.
Yeah, I know because I thought it was the Bayern was a quarter, man, but it was the same.
Yeah, and then Bayern played.
Yeah. But like, I think I think if you're looking at it from just a fan perspective about regression, I think factually you cannot deny if you look at it from an overall picture perspective, it has been a regression season. Premier League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Even if they do make it into a final of UCL, you can say, yes, we've moved somewhat one step forward, but at the same time, we've moved a few step backs domestically, right?
Yeah. Wait, so like, not that I don't like talking about Arsenal, right? But are we going to talk about, Daz's legend leaving on a free? I mean, like, look, right? The Arsenal
he's not a club legend. Don't ever say that.
But before we move forward, I just wanted to thank Liverpool Football Club for making Trent Alexander-Arnold a world-class right back for me to enjoy. I appreciate it.
Enjoying your defeats, bro. But yeah, sure.
This is genuinely nasty.
Hey, look, bro, don't worry, bro. Trent's gonna do a madness.
Hey, listen. The last time my star went to Spain, he ended up playing chump shit in the fucking Premier League 4 seasons later. I ended up beating him in a semifinal 4-0.
What about Suarez?
So that wasn't the last time. I said last time. Do you have a problem with the way that time works?
No,
right?
No,
Suarez
was I didn't think Suarez was last time. I'm asking about Suarez, though. I'm just asking, like, how did it go for him?
Listen, not every player has failed post leaving
Suarez
Liverpool,
went to a better
but
club.
Suarez
he went to a better place too.
It's like, bro, he went to Messi and Neymar and he went to the best fucking Barcelona that we have seen in our adult lives being our age.
He was above MSN. What are you trying to say, bro? No wonder Suarez gonna thrive.
Like what?
Now look, but I just don't like how you're disrespecting Trent, right? He's probably the greatest right back.
I'm not disrespecting him. He disrespected
wait.
Yes, that's true. I actually have to agree with that.
Just hold on, guys. I don't like how you guys are acting like what he's done at Liverpool just gets erased. He's the best right back that you guys have ever seen.
No one's acting like that.
Hold on. He's one of the best academy products that you've ever produced, right?
Yeah.
He's gone on to become a world-class player. He's a part of the reason why Liverpool were brought back to relevance, right? He's revolutionized that right back position, right? The guy was basically moving like a Marcelo or a Roberto Carlos.
Damn,
in
these
Anfield,
talking points.
Okay.
Will's
okay.
What
I'm saying is, I just don't like the disrespect that he's getting because now he's leaving. That's all.
Will, if I was Michael Jackson in 1999. And I walked and well, hold on. You know what? Fuck it. 1986. Like, I'm just prime Michael Jackson. And I walked into your house and I walked into your house. I opened your front door. Your whole family is sitting there watching TV. I just pulled down my pants and take a fucking shit. Are you not going to feel disrespected? Because that is essentially that is essentially what Trent did.
That makes no sense. So you have to.
I'm gonna explain to you.
You have to elaborate.
I'm gonna explain to you why that is the way that I feel. Okay. First and foremost, everything that he is,
Marshall, come on.
Everything that he has done. Everything that he has done in his career is not discredited. Those are facts, right? Yes. The facts are he had this many assists in these seasons. The fact are he has this many trophies. I'm not here to take that any of that away from him. In my eyes, he's a great player who played for the club. But you become a legend because of the way that you act, the way that you carry yourself. And to me, right? What did you and Griggs say yesterday? You guys said players don't owe anything to clubs because we treat them as commodities. Yeah. You are in part correct, but the other side to that coin is that without me, you don't exist. Right? If Trent never had that opportunity, yes, it is, because if Trent never had that opportunity under Klopp in that specific play style,
that is true.
Right?
You can't deny that,
he might not have been the same player. What if we dished him to another club?
But he got himself to that position.
He is.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. He got himself in that position to get the opportunity.
Well, I mean, kind of not really, because the person in front of him was fucking. The person in front of him was Nathaniel Klein.
Opportunity at any other club because
let me just get to the end of the point.
Okay.
The main issue that I have is that people are acting like we're stupid, right? And that's something that pisses me off. Don't piss down my neck and tell me it's raining, right? You were first tapped up 2 seasons ago. You are not the first player. You are not the first player who has been tapped up 2 seasons before their contract expires. You want to talk about, well, why didn't we try to extend him? We did multiple times.
So then why didn't the club sell him?
Hold on. Okay, I can't speak on that because I don't know what he told the club. For all I know, no, you're gonna let me finish.
Will's in the Stephen A mode.
You just went on a whole rant talking about how we're disrespecting him. I'm telling you how.
But guys, your club isn't being run by 5-year-olds, bro.
No, Will.
Come on, man.
Will. Regardless of what he did, because we offered him a contract to make him the highest paid right back in the world. I can't just sit here.
And if he's not signing it, then you force him out.
Wait.
If you don't sign this deal,
I'm not okay. Hold on.
You'll be with the under 8s. You'll be babysitting
that is easy to say in hindsight and much more difficult. That is much more difficult
to skip.
Chelsea didn't. Conor Gallagher wanted to leave for free.
Regardless. He dragged us along. He dragged us along for 2 years. Why? Why did he drag us along? Why did he have to make sure that he ended on a free? Because Florentino Perez. No. I'm going to finish the fucking point because Florentino Perez told him. Perez told him
hit the likes, people. Hit the likes.
The only way that you are coming to Madrid is if it's free, which means that you had to fuck over Liverpool. The only way you're allowed here is under my terms, and my terms are that it is for free. Which means that Trent knew that the only way he could get there was if he dragged them along to go there for free. Right? If he had gone to another club and was forced to move, Trent doesn't want to go anywhere else. Like, what the fuck is he smoking? Trent does not want to leave to anywhere else but Madrid.
Let me ask you a question.
Like what the fuck are you talking about?
All the time for this situation. What happened? I don't know what just happened. Go. Okay, anyways, right? If you're interested in taking
you're an asshole, Ahmed. You're an asshole. Oh God, bro.
And if she's not texting you back, or if she's slow to respond, does she need to tell you that she's not interested, or does common sense just tell you that she's not interested? It's the same thing here. If a player has 2 years left on their contract, right?
God, bro.
For example.
Analogy. This isn't a fucking girlfriend. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you a better fucking.
Hey, respect the mute. Respect the mute.
I'm gonna give you a better fucking analogy. I'm gonna give you a better analogy. You are a prized athlete. You are a prized athlete in a family.
Your mother should have swallowed. Fraud.
You are.
Yo, he is pissed. His head is actually on Mars, bro.
No. Listen. Will wants to pull this fucking bullshit girlfriend analogy. You're a prized athlete in a family, right? You've won everything that there is to win in whatever your field is, and then one day a bigger, richer family comes in and says, "Hey, I'd like to adopt you," and you say, "You know what? I could really use a bigger.
Fuck it.
You know what? Fuck this family. I know that my dad loves me, but hey, Dad, fuck you. You're
It's been extended.
It's been extended. Yo.
More charges. More charges.
Your
Yo.
analogy,
Mm.
your analogy
The
makes no
forensic evidence came through, bro.
Like, don't
More
fucking
time.
act like Trent Alexander-Arnold didn't like. If we're gonna operate under the precipice that the only way he was allowed to go to Madrid was under a free transfer, and that's the only place that he wants to go because his best friend is there, and he's for some reason wants to fucking be a Blanco, then he's gonna do everything in his power to make that happen. What does he have to do to make that happen? Liverpool can't sell him to anybody else. Which, by God, if we knew 2 years ago, we would have fucking sold him to the highest bidder. Then he doesn't get what he wants, or he has to simply make it seem like he might stay. That way, we keep him on this contract.
Yes, to reel you in. Yes, to reel you in.
Like, bro, if you're gonna sit here and tell me that he didn't fucking act after putting out a video that looked like it was choreographed by Chat fucking GPT, you're out of your fucking mind. That video showed no emotion. He doesn't care. He does not care about Liverpool.
Shout out Mason Mount, man.
Fans. He cares about himself.
He can't get past that. I can't lie.
This is a selfish move with all fucking logic. And if you think that he wasn't doing
first, please.
Let Marshall go. Let Marshall go. Let Marshall go.
No, but like I'm just saying, like at the same time though, like it's a player's career. They're allowed to be selfish about it. Like listen, as someone who went through Lukaku and Thibaut Courtois, like I understand that, like from a Chelsea's perspective, the deceit doesn't seem that bad, right? I get that it's different with Trent because he's a Scouser. He was born and raised in Liverpool.
Are they club legends?
But hold up, but
to an extent, yeah.
But Marshall, but this is where I have to disagree with you though, because it's literally like saying like, oh, it's a player that has to be selfish. It's like saying, you know how people say like, oh, it's a dog eat dog world out there. It's like that mentality, and then applying it to your fucking family who raised you. Like, what are we talking about, bro? No. Like, this is why I say I understand what Das is saying about loyalty. This is literally the place you were born, the club that did everything for you. It is like, I agree. Like, I see what Will is saying, right? That like that a player is selfish, whatever, that Madrid have only accepted a free transfer. So this is what he had to do. Hold up. I understand that this is the route he needed to take to get to Madrid. However, that doesn't discount the fact that in the process of doing that, he also did Liverpool hella dirty for a couple years because he didn't. If he had made it known, they would have like Doc said, they would have tried to move him on earlier, but he didn't. He kept saying just enough to stop them from putting him on the market.
Yes, and also
before you go though, but like, isn't it true? And Ahmed, you can answer this. Isn't it true that they offered 20 mil or 20 something in January to try to get
20 mil is fucking chump change.
What's the better than nothing?
Let's be honest. No. Let's also be honest. Let's also be
Will,
honest,
you can use your keyboard. There is a keyboard in the jail.
If Chelsea, let's say we were in a negotiation of like Russian reshays right now, for our contract, and we know where I'm just in for him, and then they offer me 20 million for him in January. Are you seriously telling me, you would be accepting 20
for half a year left on his contract? Yeah, makes fucking sense.
I would never accept that.
Oh man,
I would never
half a
accept
year.
that.
That doesn't.
Bro,
that
there's
doesn't
half
add
a
up.
year left on
That
his
doesn't-
contract.
that doesn't
we
add
got
up.
8. How much did we get from Mason Mount for 1 year left on his contract? And United fans still tell us we robbed them blind.
You have 5 minutes left.
Because my problem is, for 6 months to get 20 million off for him, bro. That is, I feel like that for me is a financial failure from the club side.
Bro, they didn't get shit off of him anyways.
Yes,
so it's better to get something rather than nothing.
But I'd rather, I would just genuinely rather get 0 British pound than 20 million because that 20 million for me is not what the player's value.
In the last two.
Come on, before that,
Good thing you're not doing the
that's
books.
crazy. But that is crazy. But wait a minute. I want to actually talk about my point, right?
How am I still in here?
Oh yeah, actually, you know what? You're not in there. You're not in there.
He stays. Fuck off. He stays. He stays.
No,
He stays.
no.
He stays. He stays.
Well,
He stays.
He's in.
Dude, okay. All right, hold on. I'm gonna mute. Hold on. I'm muting everybody because you guys are annoying the shit out of me. Hold on. So EPL Media overruled the initial however many dollar super chats there was. So it was $13, and then EPL Media came in with 19. and then TM just came in with another 10. So that means you have 5 minutes. Will, you have 5 minutes in the cell, and then you're done. 5 minutes.
That's not what that means. That's not what that means. The $20 reset it to 0. It's now an entirely new, different thing. It's okay, you know what? I actually want to argue with Will, so I don't even care. 5 minutes.
So 5 more minutes for Will, and then he's out.
I actually want to.
Sorry, I'm just trying to honor the super chats, and that would and the math is mathing. Somebody needs to put fucking DOS through a mathematics course because that's not
so
right.
I'm gonna actually address my point here. I think the problem I have with Trent, is that I think there was a classier way to go about this, in my personal opinion. If you wanted to go to Real Madrid and you had 1 year remaining, a lot of the times, for example, with Chelsea, with Hazard, he'd given us a lot. And
Harry Kane did it. Coutinho did it. Grealish
a lot
did
of clubs,
completely different.
Listen.
Completely different scenarios.
They're all different. No, I don't really think so. Because I think Trent.
You're right.
Listen, I think for me there is a situation where I think both of those guys could have made that happen in my personal opinion. But I think my big problem is
how Marshall looks is how I feel.
Listen, let's see. Okay, you're going to be leaving on a free at the end of the season. Okay, that's fine by me. But I think for me, the cards should have been laid at the table at the beginning of the season. I'm pretty sure Will would even agree with that.
You guys
right?
are talking like Arsenal.
He should have said.
He
genuinely should have said, listen, this is going to be my last season at the football club. You know what I mean? Build up for everything that Liverpool's done.
Oh yes, Trent, we're gonna honor your last season.
No, I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. He should not. No.
Like you really think they're gonna be like, yeah, you know what, Trent, you're being reasonable right now. We'll let you go to.
There is no right time. There is no right time to do this. The only difference, the only difference here is that
to lose.
Trent knew that the only way this would work is if Madrid spent no money. So he had to do everything in his power so that Madrid spent no money, because this was the only place he wanted to go. That's the issue. And if you're gonna fucking ignore that, I don't care about the rest of this bullshit context. That's basic fucking business. If there was one route to the end objective, you are taking that one route to the end objective. And in this situation, we know by quotes, you can only come here on our terms. There was only one route. Now, the reason why they gave that £20 million bid was because they want him in before the Club World Cup. That's also why Trent has supposedly agreed to get rid of his final 4 weeks' wages at Liverpool, and I think Real Madrid are paying some other thing. So essentially, when he leaves, we're getting like £1.57 million. So I'm just not going to sit here and act like he's a good guy. Like, he's a great player who played for the club, but if you're a club legend, that's a different category. Again, you're just another great player who's played here. You're not a Bobby Firmino. You're not a fucking Steven Gerrard. You're not even a fucking Divock Origi. Like, in my eyes, in my personal, you're just a fantastic player who at the cusp of his prime said, you know what? I'm really fancying some paella. I really want to eat some paella with my best friend Jude, and I want to sit on a beach and hold hands and do all the other explicit, colorful things that I'm not going to say. So to me, I do. It doesn't discredit what he's done at the club. I wish him nothing but the worst in his future endeavors, and we will be better. We will be better without him. We will win.
Divock. He's the real legend.
But my only issue here is that you're painting it like it's not what it is. You're using all this different context bullshit for it's not what it is, and I'm not going to stand.
Damn, you're getting red carded, man. Liverpool fan getting red carded. Damn.
He's got another minute before he can retaliate.
Yeah, but wait, Marshall, why do you not like my point about him saying, I'm leaving at the end of the season, but he said at the beginning.
Will is going to explode when he gets out of the cell.
Like, you really think you're going to win a Champions League without a striker and your best defender? Like, you really think in realistic world that Liverpool are just going to lay there and be like, you know what? All we wanted from you, Trent, was to be honest and tell us the truth. Tell us that you didn't want to be with Liverpool. Tell us that you wanted to go to Real Madrid, and we would have just let you go. That's not how it works, Ahmed. Like, let's be real. If he had made it publicly known that he wanted to go to Liverpool, it wouldn't have worked out. I mean, I'm sorry.
I would have sold him to the highest bidder in the summer. I would have.
But he wouldn't have wanted to go. Let's be honest. Like it would have.
I know.
It's
he would have just rejected
lose.
it. He would have just rejected it.
He would have just rejected it. And in all reality, the way I see it, it just would have been a lose-lose. It just would have been a lose-lose. Like either you're honest with the fans and they hate you anyways because you're gonna leave Liverpool, or you hide it the way you did right now and then you let it go at the end of the season and they still hate you. Like there's no win in this one for Trent.
I'm disgusted at the club for even allowing him to make that fucking video in the locker room. Like how dare
Okay,
they?
so here's
how
the thing,
fucking
guys.
dare they?
Here's the thing.
Oh, the main
the issue that I have with what you're saying.
The issue that I have is that I'm the big bad Real Madrid and I buy who I want. I get who I want.
No, that's not the angle that I'm coming at it from. What I'm saying is, right, unless you're telling me that your directors and that your board are a bunch of idiots, then common sense would have told you that Trent Alexander-Arnold
he would have just rejected the fucking move, Will. He would have just said no.
Okay, but right then you should have just
then what happens?
Then exiled him. Look at how I remember in the group chat, in the old American Waffle group chat, when Chelsea first banished Conor Gallagher.
Are we really comparing Conor Gallagher to fucking Trent right now? Are we really comparing? Are we really comparing?
Shut up, Ahmed. Shut up, Ahmed. Shut up.
Shut up.
I'm gonna mute this. Somebody send Ahmed to jail. Somebody, please.
Wait, hold on. What I'm saying is the situations are the same. Conor Gallagher was stalling with extending his contract. Conor Gallagher wanted to leave for free this upcoming summer.
Gallagher was fucking shit.
Chelsea, hold on. Chelsea told him, "You're not going to play. Like, you're not going to have access to your locker. You're not going to be a part of the first team."
Is Conor Gallagher as good in his position as Trent is? Is Conor Gallagher as good of a midfielder as Trent is of a right back?
No.
Is it?
So
why the fuck does it matter?
That if Liverpool would have just taken a stance and told Trent, "Brother, we cannot afford for you to leave for free. If you do not sign the deal this summer, you have to leave or you will not play."
Whoa.
Then do you think that Trent, hold on, let me ask you a question. Do you think that Trent would have just wasted a year of his career not playing? So the club should. So hold on, wait. Last point, because I've been in the fucking cell. Hold on. If Vinicius, right? And I said it to you before, well, like yesterday. Vinicius has 2 years left on his contract right now, right? Real Madrid are trying to get him to extend. Hypothetically, if Vinicius ends up leaving on a free and joins Man City or United or Chelsea or some shit, yes, I would be annoyed with him. But I would be more mad at the club for allowing him to run down his contract.
Okay,
Fabrizio Romano said from over a year ago that Real Madrid are interested in Trent. The club knew. They knew before the window opened.
You can't put the shoe on the other foot because you're the one who's stealing all these players for free. Now,
stealing for free doesn't even make sense.
Stealing for free sounds hilarious. I can't lie, bro.
Your first point.
Stealing for free is a new one.
It's predicated on a false premise because we're not destroyed if he leaves for free. Like it's just a zero-sum game. I spent nothing for him. I'm getting nothing for him to leave. Also, he's not pivotal to this team anymore. I'm not losing anything in this side. At no point this season have I said that Trent is a reason why we won this Premier League. He was out for the most difficult stretch of this Premier League season, and we beat everyone who we faced in front of us during that stretch that he was gone. He made equal amount of errors as he did savior moments, right? Yes, he won us 3 points at Leicester. He also lost us 2 points against United. He also cost us 2 points against Fulham. Like it's a double-sided coin everywhere you look, because to me, I put loyalty above everything else, right? And it's the way that he has acted about it that pisses me off. It's his words. It's his words.
There's no such thing as loyalty in sports.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
Let me ask you a question. How many kids do you think was with Trent in the academy? Where are they now? So again, we expect loyalty from the players, right?
Okay.
But the clubs time and time again can show that if they don't think that you're good enough, they'll just discard you. So the club could do what's best for them, but the players can do what's best for him. It's a double standard.
If Lamine Yamal, who's 17, 6 years from now, 23 years old, he says, "I've ran down my contract. I'd like to go to Manchester City for a new, fresh challenge." Should Barcelona fans be like, "Hey, you know what, Lamine? It's all good, bro.
Oh wait, but
Peace,
Daz,
dog.
but now hold on, wait.
Can I ask Josh? I want to ask Josh a
But I've
question.
never said that you should be happy for him. I never said that.
Do you
but
hold
what I don't
FSG
get is like the hate
at all?
and all this stuff. Right.
Yeah, no. Real quick. Do you hold FSG accountable for this at all?
Of course.
Wait, but like,
Of
who
course.
gets more blame?
They were completely
this,
ignorant,
What is
right?
this, brother?
They were blind. They were.
It's
they were
you in the
ignorant.
cell, bro.
They acted out of good faith, and as the cold-hearted motherfucker that I am, they shouldn't have. They should have been snakes in the fucking grass. They should have said, "I can smell this coming. Fuck you. Good night. You ain't going there, bitch." But you know what? Hindsight's 2020. Like at the end of the day, he was a part of this club as a boyhood player. He was Klopp's man. Right? We bent over fucking backwards to try to accommodate this dude. We started putting him in fucking midfield. We started literally singling out 3 different players. Hey, Fabinho, Hendo, Konate. It's your job to cover him 24/7 no matter what. What other fucking club bends over backwards for a right back? So I do blame them, but at the same time, I don't blame them because they were acting out of good faith. And ultimately, Trent was not acting out of good faith because, like I said, the only way this happens is if it happens for free. And the only way it happens for free is if the club have a belief that he can sign. And that means you had to fool me.
You brought up Hazard. You brought up like Coutinho and
hey, my goat, man, my goat.
But the thing is, so Daz is not wrong.
Were you even old enough to watch him, RSM?
If Trent would have signed a new contract,
can you even see right now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I can actually, barely.
If Trent would have signed a new contract, Daz is right. He would not be getting this move. I agree with him, right? The club's policy has changed a lot. I know people bring up the Hazard situation. If this was
my goat
situation, right? Let's say if Hazard would have done what he did,
he's not my goat.
Hazard's not getting.
Did I speak for you?
Do you understand the fucking precedent that you are now setting in football with these players? Like, do you understand what you're doing down the line?
You're creating,
but you have to realize, though, Daz, it's not fair that Real Madrid are getting labeled as villains because of your club's shortcomings. So, for example, right, Ibrahim Konate, his deal runs out next summer. If you guys do not sign him for an extension this summer,
man,
and then if
he's about to get an 80 million welcome fee
next summer,
that's what he's gonna be getting.
Then you can't complain because what Real Madrid are. Real Madrid are opportunists, right? If you are having shortcomings, how can you blame me for taking?
So basically, as soon as you have your first fight with your girl, you know who in her DMs? Madrid.
Yes.
No.
And do you know what the problem is?
Will can't even say no. Look at his man. He's like,
my problem with all of this is that when you're giving players 80 million. You know what I mean? That's not the club they're getting 80 million, maybe 90 million, even a 50, 40 million, bro. Welcome fee.
Well, here's the thing, though. Wait,
He's getting
hold up.
He's getting 2 years salary up front. He's getting 2 years salary up front.
Technically, Trent is not leaving for free. We're gonna give them 1.5 million for him to join for the Club World Cup. So
yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
a million of that is from Trent.
You're not serious. You're not serious.
Ahmed, let me ask you a question. Would you take 1.5 million right now?
It's not Liverpool.
That's a lot of money.
Oh my god!
I mean, Will, if you offering, I ain't gonna say.
Personally, no. But like, if I'm an actual business, if I'm actual football club, which is making millions and millions of multi-million numbers of pounds, 1.5 million.
Hold on. Will.
100 million is crazy.
So then okay, so then they should have sold him in January. You could have got 35 million. Boom.
Will, do you not understand?
I'm sorry,
I can't understand. Do you not understand the precedent that you're setting? Right, you're now basically setting. You're now basically.
Will, think of the kids, bro. Think of the kids.
No,
people aren't going to let their players run their deals down. People might actually start doing their jobs properly. Either sign a deal or get the fuck out. Maybe maybe thank Real Madrid. Maybe
that's only
the Chelsea model.
So
right?
wait, so I was about to say, hold up, because we on life sentences over here. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, look, like RSM, Real Madrid want Enzo Fernandez. If I want Enzo Fernandez, what would I have to do if I don't pay money? Wait 9 years.
Wait 9 years.
So,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? It's about other clubs not taking care of their business. If you allow your players
Facts.
to run
Actual
down their
facts.
deals,
I agree there. Oh my
And that is
god.
what it is.
W Chelsea,
you
man.
gotta capitalize.
I hear it. Chelsea
But at the
props.
same time, like I do
Because
have
if he
to
doesn't
add
come
this.
to
Absolutely no
Go
Chelsea
somewhere
prop.
else for free.
Absolutely
So
not.
what's the difference?
But at the same time, I have to add this, right? Like to the Liverpool point of view, right? You gotta, or to the Real Madrid point of view, you gotta remember, like it's not like Trent didn't give you anything. You got an FA Cup, you got a Carabao Cup, you got 2 Premier Leagues, you got a UCL, all whilst he was.
Listen. You know what, Marshall? She gave you a good 8 years. You feel me? You were happy. You had kids. You got married, and then she went out and fucked some other dude. But you know what?
No,
She gave you 8 good years.
No, she went out and she fucked your neighbor. That's what she did.
Damn.
That's
Not your
literally.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Not even close.
I've lost 2 finals to this team in the last 8 years. I lost a round of 16 against this team in the last 8 years.
Yeah, but Dog,
They are
we're not
100% a
rivals.
European
We're
rival.
not
Trent
rivals.
Trent
No, hold on,
Alexander
hold on.
Arnold.
Hold up.
Trent Alexander Arnold himself
We don't
said
rate
that
you,
Real
bro.
Madrid are a rival. I don't care. I don't care what you rate because
We don't rate you low, bro. Damn.
You're
You taking that,
you're not
Dawes?
going to
You
do
taking
shit
that?
next season? You're not going to do shit next season. Trent is not
Yeah.
going to solve any issues. In fact, he's
Okay.
going to create more, and I
Watch-
cannot wait to see him
watch
fail.
Trent
I cannot
underneath
wait to
Xabi
see him
Alonso is going to be moving like David Beckham. Watch.
No, he's
Why?
fucking not.
Watch. Watch.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
he's
know
Trent
either,
at
bro.
wrong
I don't
back.
know.
No, he's fucking
David
You're
Beckham?
out of your mind.
This-
You want
This is insane.
This is exactly what's
Watch.
going to happen. He's going to start at right back. He's going to make a couple defensive mistakes. Xabi Alonso is going to think, you know what, this guy could play midfield. He's going to go into midfield. He's going to fuck up even more, and then they're going to realize, holy shit, this dude literally is
Hey,
a
Dodge, you
one-dimensional
ever heard?
dude.
Hold on, wait. Have you ever heard of a fullback named Marcelo?
Oh my god.
wow.
You're not
I'm
doing
not-
this.
I'm
We're not
Hold
doing
on.
this.
I'm
Daz,
not
don't
gonna
even
sit
engage.
here.
Daz, don't even engage.
I'm
Don't.
not going to sit
You
here
don't
and
have to
stoop
engage.
his low
Unless
to
you
compare
touch-
Trent
In
to Marcelo.
RSM, maybe
Marcelo
hold
is
on, in
great.
RSM.
Right-footed
Hold
Marcelo.
on, wait.
Is that what you're
Hold on,
saying?
wait. And RSM, you've watched a lot of La Liga. Was
Yes.
Marcelo a great defender? Like,
He was.
Hold on. Why?
Yeah,
was
he wasn't. He was.
world class.
He was better than Trent defensively.
Hold on. Why was Marcelo?
That was my point. Like I like the thing is like I feel like Marcelo had a more
'Cause he
solid
won
defensive
shit?
base
I can agree
than
with
no.
Marcelo tax.
Marcelo
Then-
had
then
more
Trent.
IQ.
Marcelo defensively was so okay. So the same things that people complain about with Trent, oh, he's out of place, or oh, like in possession or in transition in 1v1 situations, he's not that solid. That's the same things that people would say about Marcelo. The reason why Marcelo is considered a world-class left back is because of what he gave you going forward. Like, let's not have revisionism here,
Also
right?
defensively.
Marcelo was not a very good defender. He was okay. He was
Better
like
than
solid.
Trent.
That same like Trent. Trent is an okay defender.
You know what's
But
funny?
on the ball, that's where he makes his bread and butter. Like, let's stop
You're
acting
crazy.
like
That's
you
a
need
crazy
to be this
take.
master defender.
So this is what's pretty funny.
I
And
do agree though with TM though, like with this, like technically, yes, Marcelo technically,
Absolutely.
but I'm talking about like what they give you in the final third.
But,
Like,
but this is what's great. And unfortunately, we did not know Will 2, 3, 4 years ago, right? When like Mike Dawes was saying,
unfortunately.
reminding us, no.
I'm right in
I
your
like
line.
that. I like that. I know.
I
Will.
have
like
never
that.
said that he is the best right back in the world.
No.
Don't put this
What
right
I'm
now.
saying is, even with Mike pointing out of the deficiencies of Trent, I wish I knew Will a few seasons ago when they were battling, right? When it was meeting up in the semis or in the finals for
When
Champions
we
League.
clapped
Because,
him.
well, I just want to say this: whether
Relax.
whether Will was looking at these games and looking at Trent as a vulnerable piece on Liverpool's side to exploit, or if he always believed that Trent was that guy. Now it's Will's problem.
no, hold on, wait.
Right?
Well, yes. So it's a
No,
problem
wait.
that I'm very happy to have now.
No,
right?
fair
Because
enough,
now I
fair
can
enough.
rotate between him and Carvajal is coming off of an ACL, so who knows when he'll be back. But
So Trent's going to be a rotational right back. Oh, okay.
Whoa, hold on, wait. Well, one, Carvajal is the best right back in the world when fit, and he only has 1 year left on his
Reece
contract.
James?
Carvajal is done.
Is that you?
Like after next season, like Carvajal is out of here. He's going to be.
You know he's the argument right now, Marshall.
So what I'm saying is, right?
Yeah.
Trent has, of course, he's a liability defensively, but this is why you have a manager whose job it is to pick a formation that gets the best out of his players, right? That
Wait,
covers
hold on.
certain
So
players.
let me get this straight. You're saying that I should be understanding of a player who leaves a team that just rolled the Premier League to go to a European rival to be a rotational right
I don't
back.
think he expected to win the Premier League, to be fair to him.
I don't give a shit what he expected. He did.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I think that no,
So
I think that's
got
I think
me.
that's a fair point. I think Mike Doss, the more you talk, the more you sound like a jilted lover, and it's actually kind of disgusting. You guys just won the Prem. You guys are going to reload. You guys got Slot having
We're
an
going to be
actual transfer
better
window
without him. We're going to be better without him. But I hope
Okay,
that-
then why are you
Mm.
crying? Stop crying.
Because
No,
because
but
it's the way-
TJ, it's they broke up, and he's like, you know what? I never even needed her.
Can I tell
Yeah,
you why?
I never
Can
liked
tell
her
you
in the first place.
It's the way he did it.
why?
She wasn't even that bad if we
It
really
was
get
the
into
way-
it.
Even if he did it the right way, you would have been mad about it.
Listen. You could have cheated on me. You just didn't have to cheat on me right in front of me in my own bed. That's all.
But I
I'm saying,
think-
right?
Yeah.
But I think even if Trent would have left for 100 million,
Dawes went through her phone and found the text, bro.
Do you know how much better I would feel if he left for 100 million?
but they
I
still
would be
would have spun it like,
no,
oh, he's
no,
leaving
no,
after
wouldn't
the
have left it
flop
that
and
way.
we're rebuilding and
Other-
we got a new man. Like they still
other
would have been
other
mad.
people
man.
would have. Other
She
people
wasn't
would
even
have.
that thick.
I would have sat here and
That's
said,
what I'm saying.
I just bought myself 2 new right backs with 100 million. That's free fucking money.
Okay.
Easy fucking money.
Can I tell you why Mike and the Liverpool fans are upset?
Okay.
It's not.
I
that
wanna hear
Trent-
it.
Honestly, it's not that Trent's leaving. They've
You're
had.
gonna tell me
players-
how I feel. You're gonna tell
Yes.
me how I feel.
I'm gonna tell you how it perceives. How I perceive. it.
Psychoanalyze him.
Yeah. Let me do this.
Hit me with that therapy. Come on.
From a distance, right? Players leave. Players have left Liverpool many times, right? They leave our
Yeah.
club. But honestly, it is how the players leave, and it also depends on which player leaves. Now, Mike, and we're using the same analogy. Mike remembers all of the love letters. Mike remembers all the nice texts. He remembers all of the messages that said it means more over here at Liverpool. He remembers all of the I'm not done. I want to be a captain over here. He remembers all of those sweet messages, and he believed them.
I love being told how to feel. I love it.
No.
Hold on.
I love being told. I love being told what my thoughts are. I just it's
Tell him what his
All right,
thoughts
all
are.
right.
Tell him what his thoughts are.
I'm just doing a recap, Mike. I'm just doing a recap. You do remember those love letters from Trent. You do remember those messages.
I
from
don't
Trent.
actually because
You
the
don't?
last time I checked, the last time I checked, it was Origi who scored, and that's all that mattered.
Oh
This
my
is
god!
such copium, bro. This is
Wow.
such copium.
Let's go.
See,
Wow.
Dawson
Being a
like this,
dick.
he doesn't even believe what he's
That's
saying. He
good.
doesn't believe what he's saying.
You can't even keep a straight video.
Don't
You
worry,
get-
Trent. We'll never treat you like this.
But Trent did.
No.
No, you will.
No,
you will.
you will.
You will.
You will.
No, you will.
You will.
You will. When he gets blown.
Will.
Hey,
Will.
look,
I
Polo's
promise
no
you. I
longer my
promise.
manager.
Will. I
Gabby's gonna have
promise
a
you.
system that's gonna
Next
cook.
season.
When
Next
man.
season.
cooks
I
him,
can't, bro.
Next season.
I'm telling you, next
Copa
Copa
season.
Del Rey final, Rafinha hitting Trent when he falls asleep at the back post. Oh, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there for end of
Yeah.
stream, Dave. I'm gonna be there.
I'm telling you, hold up. Next season, the
Will
DOS
will be
versus Will be prime time entertainment, bro. It will.
it'll be our
All right,
it'll
so
be our
honestly,
UCL
I
semifinal.
want
Don't you guys
Real
hate
Madrid
him?
day one of Champions League.
So
I
then
want them
don't
to
you
fucking
guys-
fix it. Fix
Hold
it.
on, wait.
Day one of
Hold on, wait.
He
Champions
said,
League.
"Give me them
at
in the league
Anfield.
phase."
And
Hold on,
I
wait.
want it at Anfield, and I want everyone to just be chanting, the
Hold on, wait.
Scouts are in our
One-
team. The
hold on, wait.
Scouts are in our
One
team. It's
UCL
Benedict
group
Arnold,
stage
or it's fucking
victory.
Judas, or it's whatever.
By the way, one UCL group stage
The traitor in our
victory
team.
over Real Madrid, and you forget how below us you are. We slap you
Whoa.
every time it actually matters.
That's because you're a fucking you're a state-run club. I don't.
How are we a
I don't
state-run
need to
club?
compete with
What's
you.
wrong with state
I don't
run?
Hold on,
need
wait.
to compete
Guys.
with you.
Daz, who owns Real Madrid?
The state of Spain.
Nah,
Barcelona.
no, the
Barcelona.
Shut up.
Yeah, that was bro.
Oh man.
Real Madrid are
Nailed
owned.
it.
Real Madrid are owned by the fans. You do realize this, right? Like, there's no state
Really?
funding.
And
there's
the Bank of Real Madrid. And the Bank of Madrid. Let's not get that.
No, that's not okay. Fine. So then,
Mm.
who does the Prince of like England support? Like, which club is it? Villa.
Aston Villa.
So now our
Aston Villa.
Villa fucking state ran because the Prince supports them.
No, it's a little bit
All right,
different.
then. So, like,
It's
what
a
are we
little
doing?
bit
Queen was an Arsenal fan. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but like, you know,
exactly.
of
So
other-
then, like, Arsenal,
you know,
you guys killed me.
yeah.
Lizzie,
Look what y'all did to her.
She definitely
like
wasn't a
baseball.
Celtic fan. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Damn.
Jesus.
Golly.
This is why people don't
Listen,
watch the American.
listen,
People
listen.
get actually
Listen.
pissed to hear you say that.
I'm just gonna be honest. Like, yes, all of this is emotional anger. It's like the day after the news, but like in reality, I've been talking shit on this guy all season. I've been wanting to move on from him.
You shouldn't have strung
Whatever. He can go. He's still a prick, but you know what? He was my prick for a little bit. He was my asshole, and now he's your asshole. So you know
My
what?
prick,
Congratulations.
Hey.
You have a break.
Hey, oh, hey, yo.
Can I? What's chilicoles? What's chilicoles? Do you know this, by the way?
Chilaquiles, bro.
Sorry,
They're good. Yeah, I was about to say, Jacob. You know, yeah, Jacob. I was about to say, yeah, that was crazy.
What the hell?
Yeah,
No,
that's
Jacob,
that was absolutely crazy.
I did that on purpose, bro. I did that on purpose.
Listen, everyone's just too obsessed with this whole pause movement. Just fucking take words from
Exactly,
it.
man. Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter, man. That's what I told them.
We
No.
talked about this for an hour, and I've never seen a more jilted girlfriend than Mike Doss.
Oh my god, it's so true, man. I can't.
Oh,
There's a good
Hold
way
on,
to do it.
wait. Do you
rattled.
wait? Will, do you think that if Trent wins something, you think Doss is like gonna slowly turn the TV off and just kind of stare into space for a bit, like like?
Nah,
Damn.
he'll probably be like,
No.
look at how
You know
he
what?
got
It'll be
no
like,
credit.
hello,
It looks
darkness,
camera,
my
but
old
Mike-
friend.
Exactly.
We're gonna need to send a
Right.
freaking
because
welfare check.
because I'm gonna be winning more. It's that simple. I will
Winning
win
more than Real
without Trent.
Madrid.
No, I'm gonna
Here
win
we
more
go.
without
Oh.
Trent. I'm
Okay,
gonna win
okay,
more
okay.
without Trent. No,
Are you
no,
winning
you're
the
in a-
league?
you're in a-
So you're winning the league next season, Doss? You're winning the league next season?
I that was my stance before.
Are you winning the
any of this
UCL
happened.
next season? Let's talk about what the competition that we're both in. Who wins the
Uh,
who wins a UCL first?
UCL.
Yeah,
I've
go ahead.
won 4 in a
UCL.
row, and I never said I was winning the Prem the next season before the season started. What's going on?
UCL.
Who wins the
there's-
UCL faster, Liverpool or Trent at Real Madrid? Go ahead.
Trent at Real Madrid.
Since we both won that
Liverpool.
game competition,
Liverpool.
that's a
I actually
better
can't lie to you. I think it'll be
barometer.
Liverpool. It will be Liverpool. before-
I don't exactly think that that's super fair because
gotta
if
go.
Trent does win the Champions League, I don't
PSG.
think that he's going to be the reason why Real Madrid wins.
Shut up, Marshall.
I mean, but you don't think that he'll play a big role? Maybe not be like
No,
obviously, like, with-
no, because
if he's
I
starting
don't.
at right back. Of course, he's gonna play a bigger like. a
Okay,
big
but
Will.
define a big role. Like
as
okay,
in like
just because
he's doing no, like as in like he's starting in
Who
the
told
Champions League.
Trent that he can win a Ballon d'Or? Who
Well,
told him
Danny
he can win a
Carver-
Ballon
hold on,
d'Or at
wait.
Real Madrid?
By the way,
Damn.
Danny Carvajal came top 3 last season.
Who
Yeah,
told
before
Trent that
Cole
he's going to be
Palmer.
free? He's going
By
to
the
be
way-
free. And this dude,
By the way,
he's going to be
Carvajal came top 3, if I'm not mistaken.
It's
last
not winning
season.
it. It's not winning it.
No,
Damn.
what I'm saying is that look,
Damn.
but imagine
Damn, okay,
if
Vader.
But imagine if Trent can replicate the numbers, right? Let's just say just the numbers that he did at Liverpool at Real Madrid. I think he could finish like top 5.
you want to know why that's not going to happen.
I think so.
top 5.
Talk on
The
it.
reason,
Tell him.
That's a
the
He won't
reason
win.
why
He won't
TJ
win it.
top
but I
5.
think that he could
the
be
reason reason why that's not going to happen is because Trent did those numbers in the seasons where we literally prioritized transition football. We were not about possession-based football. We didn't try to do that. We didn't try to do that until 23, 24. We were not sitting out there trying to pass teams to death like, sometimes Real Madrid have to do in the Liga, which is going to be his new primary league.
We don't
right?
play possession-based football. Now, I don't know what Jabby's gonna
It's
do.
a different style of game
it's just,
though.
It's just like
It's a different style of game.
whatever.
It's more technically based and it's not pace and power. And fortunately for Trent,
If he comes in and actually play these players in position that actually account to their strengths, Real Madrid are going to win everything next season. I'm dead serious. I think the turnaround is going to be really quick. I just
I
think
thought we were gonna do that this season.
No,
you
it's
weren't
not.
gonna do it.
No, they
You
were
weren't-
like,
you
no,
weren't gonna- you
bro.
weren't gonna
People
do
were
it
like,
this season. You guys are
Barcelona
so
doesn't need to get
unbalanced.
ready. The world needs to get ready. They have Mbappe.
Dude.
I remember it.
Oh, we all
I was
remember
there.
it.
I was there. I was there. I was there.
889. Don't listen to him, bro. Like he's a guy.
I was there, bro. They're saying the world needs to get ready.
Yeah.
If Mbappe lands Madrid, Mbappe land in Madrid. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like,
Oh my God, bro.
I know. I remember.
Sell Rodrigo.
Listen, I don't think he's going to be terrible. I don't think he's going to be terrible at Real Madrid, but I don't think that he's going to be consequential to any trophies. That they win.
That's so crazy
shit.
for you to. That's so crazy for you to say after we just talked about this for an hour and how pissed off you were that he left. That is just so crazy. Like,
No. I'm not pissed off that he fucking left. I'm pissed off at the way that he did it.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to fucking say it? I don't care that he's leaving. I care in the manner in which he is leaving. That's it.
TJ. If she fell out of love with you, just break up with me. Don't cheat on me. You feel me? That's what he's saying.
yeah. Well, no.
fair,
I
be
hear what
fair.
he's saying. I hear what he's saying. But if he didn't care so much, why the fuck are you talking about it? Who cares?
No,
Because
it's
anyway-
Because it makes
hearing
good
the Scouse
content.
accent for 20+ years.
No, it's been absolutely
like,
great. It's been
Yeah.
fantastic content. No, don't get me wrong, but don't come out of here and
You're
be
an
like,
asshole,
"Oh man,
bro.
I don't care. We're still gonna win. It doesn't really matter." And then be all pissed off about the way he left. Who cares? You're basically saying fuck him, but I miss him.
No,
basically what you're saying.
I don't miss him because I've been talking
Hey,
shit
man,
on him all
You
fucking
need to
season.
ask
Destroyed
TJ about
the
this sort of
Liverpool
story, man.
myth,
TJ
that's
knows
why.
about this, man. Nasri, you know what I mean?
Van Persie.
Van Persie, yeah.
Cess.
Don't bring it back to
Go
Arsenal.
Kenichi.
Enjoy Connor
Bakary
Bradley.
Sanya. Bakary Sanya. You know what I mean? Hey.
Mbappe enjoyed him.
Bradley.
Mbappe enjoyed him.
Wow.
Wow.
I
So-
think the fact that Trent just crapped on the whole myth of Liverpool and Anfield and what it means more
Exactly, that's a
being a
good point.
scout, all that stuff. That's
Is the
what
empty head really fucking talking to me about aura and legacy?
is the
Damn.
guy that plays speakers in the stadium for his aura talking to me about my stadium.
I don't
Oh,
play
damn.
speakers. I don't play
Damn.
speakers in my stadium.
Yeah, you absolutely do. You've
Damn.
been caught playing speakers.
Bro,
So
you have to hire people.
My man found the Beats
You have
pill
to
under the
hire
seats.
people to come to your games.
no one hires.
He found the Bose speakers under the
He
seats.
found the Beats by
Absolutely.
Dre.
Is that he found the Beats by Dre under the seats? I hear it, bro.
No, but Trent and the way he left is why Mike's upset. His own words. Mike's upset because of how Trent left. Right? I'm not speaking for Mike. I'm
This
not
is so
telling you how
funny,
he
man.
feels. I'm just saying Mike's upset with how Trent left. And how Trent left is actually spitting in the face of everyone that says Liverpool is that destination. Liverpool is that club to be at, because he's clearly leaving them as winners to go somewhere else. And who understands the Liverpool more than a Scouser?
Big up Mina. I don't even know what this means. It says big up.
So Vader and Will say a name. They say a name
On
at the
the
same
three.
time on the count of 3. Yeah. If they don't
Oh,
match,
yeah,
then
yeah,
DOS
yeah.
picks.
Okay, there we go.
Someone's
Go
got
for it.
Somebody count it down. Count it down.
gonna
Somebody
count
count down.
1,
1.
2, 3.
RSM.
Mike.
Fuck off. Let's go. I pick. Will, it's been nice to
Ew.
know you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, man. Okay,
At
fine.
least you
fine.
can stop talking about Trent.
This was a show, man.
Fuck.
No,
this
now hold
was-
up. Now,
this was an absolute show.
now DOS can say
Yeah,
all the
I'm not-
ridiculous shit and Will can't respond.
No. The thing is, I don't even want to because I got to fucking make dinner. But Trent can
What
just pick rocks.
What are you making?
We're
Hey,
gonna wrap
hey,
here in the next.
Surprisingly
in the next
enough,
5, 10.
I'm gonna make some steak. But listen, bro. At the end of the day, people are allowed to be emotional the day after like news like that happens. Once the summer comes and we get our signings, I'm sure that Liverpool fans are just gonna. It's literally just gonna be an afterthought. They'll have the moments that they like of him. Well, listen, I can only speak for myself.
I'll be
Because
reminding
next season, because next season is going to come, and I only watch Liverpool. I don't give a shit about other teams. I watch, I watch Champions League
Doesn't
semifinals.
love the game, man. Doesn't love the game.
I watch, random games here and there.
Not a student of the game.
Also, I live on the West Coast, so
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not going to
what
wake up at 4 a.m. to fucking watch Arsenal lose to Bournemouth. That's not fucking happening.
Whoa.
So I
We lost at 9 a.m. Central. Just saying.
6 a.m. same shit. 6 a.m. on a Saturday. I'm not waking up for that.
I at least had a cup of coffee in me while I was pissed off that we lost to Bournemouth.
You
but
don't
that's
really
okay.
you don't really care about those losses. The same way United fans didn't care
We
about
were
their
talking
loss.
about
Same way
this
Jacob.
earlier, and yes, I do. I do care because we
What?
might end up losing. Dude, we might end up in 4th. We talked about this at the
Who
beginning
cares
of the
if
show.
you're in 4th?
I
Vader,
do.
hold on, Vader,
For what?
wait.
For what reason?
Vader, if you finish up, TJ, you're not gonna mention that at all to him.
Thank you,
Well,
Arthur.
yeah, I'll
Look at his
mention
little
it.
smirk. Look at his little smirk. Look at his little smirk. Look at the smirk. Look at the smirk.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Vader, that's nasty work.
Listen.
Vader, that TJ setup is nasty work. That TJ setup was nasty.
You think I care about where it might place us in the Champions League? It's a league phase. Who gives a shit? If we drop out, I'm gonna have to hear from Chelsea fans. I'm going to have to hear from you. I'm going to have to hear from the people that are in 17th and 14th, respectively, because they're also going to be in the Champions League potentially. I'm going to hear it from everybody. This is going to be a long summer.
Deep that part.
That's nasty, bro.
That is nasty work.
I'm serious. Like, I'm coming onto these streams freaking dreading it because it's going to get brought up. And I already got people in the chat being like, oh, you know, you're going to be Man United or Spurs are going to be in the fucking Champions League.
Yeah, that's true.
And you finished 4th behind Man City after holding a lead again. And people wonder why I get stressed out. I wear these hats because my hairline's falling back. It's crazy.
Hold up.
Ahmed,
crazy,
please, brother.
Please, bro.
This is beyond the glass house. This is beyond the glass house.
That's funny.
Oh, look. No, Das, look. The criminal is in jail, bro. How do you feel about that?
He looks good. He looks good. He looks
Mike,
strapping behind bars.
Do you want to see him kick another ball for Liverpool?
No, I don't even want him at the parade.
Fair.
Damn, not even at the parade.
He destroyed the Liverpool.
Hold on. He wants to go for the Club World Cup. I get it, bro. You know what? Let's just send him now. I don't even need him the rest of the season. Back him up. Connor Bradley. It's time for you to just get in those extra minutes.
Okay, hold on.
Trent, thank you, but see ya. You know, you're not a part of this football club anymore. Essentially, that video said, I no longer play for Liverpool. So,
that's a question. How would you feel, right? Liverpool, Madrid in the Champions, right? If somebody threw a pig head at Trent, how would you feel about that? Hypothetically.
I think that's a little bit dramatic. I don't think that you should be throwing things at players. What I would say is you just take his song, and instead of saying the Scouts are in our team, you say the traitor in our team, right? Like that should be the line that you're drawing. You know, chanting.
Yeah.
I don't.
Liverpool didn't do enough to keep him, but he's
Vader. They should blast that. They should blast the remix song through the speakers. Yeah,
I'm not going to condone throwing things at players or throwing things onto the pitch. So.
Okay. All right.
Mike Dawson spoken, everybody. You know what's hilarious is Mike is trying to come out with this with some sort of moral high ground after all the waffle that he just put. Like, this is probably one of the best shows we've ever had. And
for sure. For sure.
TJ,
when TJ's in the South for the majority of it, that's a quality show.
That's a dub.
TJ, Bukayo Saka decides to take his contract, run it down to a free, and go to Real Madrid.
He won't do that. He won't.
Okay, no. Really?
But if he does,
Arsenal will.
He loves his club more.
Clip this.
Saka loves his club more than
Arsenal will.
Vader, would you say it means more? Would you say it means more, Vader? Would you say it means?
Yeah. It means more, man. You know what I mean?
TJ, what happens if he does? What happens if he does, TJ?
He won't. So I don't.
What happens if he does?
He won't.
What happens if he does?
Yeah, what else?
Wait, TJ. Ask Dawes if he has the answers, bro. Does he have the answers?
You do not have the answers, bro. You don't have the answers.
I didn't say I did. What the fuck?
I just want to say that they said that.
Hold on.
No, you're not God. You don't have the answers.
You don't.
You are not God.
Hey, look, TJ,
you're not God.
TJ, you have to answer the question because Liverpool fans said this exact same thing 2 seasons ago. They did.
Damn.
They did.
Wow.
They did. No, like no trolling. Look up because look, the first rumors about Trent to Madrid started 2 seasons ago. And all the
why didn't they?
He's not going anywhere.
Liverpool. So here's the thing. Here's my question then, and then I'm going to bring up a different example because this also comes down to how the Cronkies will run their club. So my question is back then, did FSG, and I asked this earlier, did FSG make a concerted effort to keep him there? If not, they had. No, but hold on. So they had a year left on his contract, and they didn't bother trying to sell him at that point.
No,
that's just mismanaged.
No, it's not.
But TJ, but Arsenal don't sell.
No, you don't sell him.
TJ, but Arsenal don't sell well.
Yes, you do sell him.
They sound so offended. It's killing me.
And he has a year left on his contract.
No, you don't sell
fucking sell him.
No,
wait a minute, Vader. So you let the players just run down their contracts?
Does Mike want? Hold on. Does Mike and other Liverpool fans want to win a legit Prem? You keep Trent. You need that quality. You don't sell him.
But they could have sold him and then got some money.
And got who?
Right back.
They wouldn't have won the Prem without Trent. I hear it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
No, we do.
Oh,
know that.
don't do that, man. Don't
We
do
do
that,
know
man.
Big up Sunshine for the raid. Big up Sunshine for the raid.
We don't know
No,
that.
no.
We
And I'm
do
gonna give
know
and
that,
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give an example because and people hate it when I give hockey examples, but I'm gonna give it. Nico Rantanen had
because no one
one
watches it.
had 1 year. Shut up, Ahmed. Go back to watching the Nuggets and then switch over to the Celtics when they eventually lose. My whole thing. I'm providing a Kroenke example. Nico Rantanen had 1 year left on his contract. He didn't want to re-sign with Colorado for the money that we were offering. So what did the Kroenkes do? They did not let him run down his contract. They freaking traded him. And that's exactly what they needed to do. And I think that the Kroenkes will not allow a superstar like Bukayo Saka to go in a different direction. No,
Did you win the Stanley Cup?
All right, wait.
Did you win the Stanley Cup?
We did 2 years ago, Vader.
No. Did you win it?
How's Toronto doing?
No, hold on. Did you? Hey, I don't support Toronto.
There's no way that we're about to talk about like hockey right now, brother. Like,
no. I just want to know.
No, we're not. I'm just kidding. No. And here's the thing: is people say I'm not trying to talk about hockey. What I'm trying to talk about is I'm trying to give examples of how my ownership operates.
All right,
that is what I'm trying to give.
All right, look. So TJ, you've seen all the big reports coming out from Spain.
Big up league
about Saliba, right? So now keep that same energy if it's Saliba. That's all.
Hit the likes, people.
That same energy.
Yo, I don't like this bully Will that's moving through the streets right now. He's trying to.
Bro, no. Bro, listen.
Wait a minute. Keep what energy about?
Yo, no. You know what's crazy? Will is moving like the type of dude that push shit on Instagram, like, it's only your turn. Like, what do we like? He is moving on every man's girl right now. It is nasty word. This, hold up. Madrid, hold up. The thing is, hold up. When Dawes said that this is the best president, it's because Madrid is moving grimy, bro.
Madrid, how is it grimy if you're allowing your players to run their contracts down?
No, listen. Because it's like, I told you, it's like the first time you hear through the grapevine that they had the couples fight, you slide into DMs. Like, oh, is everything okay? That's nasty work, bro.
You know what? You know one thing. Yeah.
Fine. So look, keep your girl happy then.
You know what I'm gonna say, TJ? You know what I'm gonna say, TJ?
Will's asking every girl how long you've been dating. There's a ring on their finger.
You know what I'm gonna say, guys? I'm gonna put it like this here. There is one disadvantage to doing what Will does. You know what I mean? You're flashing them the cash. You give them all this money. You bring the release players here.
Okay.
But the moment they get on the pitch, they don't start performing.
But can you say
you
that
know what's gonna happen?
One port?
You all know what's gonna happen. We all know what's gonna happen. And listen,
it's just one.
Wait. Let me finish. I'll let you finish, and then you can finish off.
Go ahead.
There was an era, if I'm not mistaken, when I was just only 5, 6, 7 years old, where they did this, but they were buying.
You bring up 1946.
Right? Listen, yeah, and we saw what happened there. Yeah, and we just seen this year what happens when they did something just similar and I'm gonna stand up for the team. So listen, this method they're trying to do.
Let me ask you a question.
It may not be. It's not always. It's known to not always be an effective method either. So
all right,
I just
let
want
me
to give that to
like, what's the proof of concept? Is that it works out or that it doesn't work out? Like, what do you have to give them the advantage or like the benefit of the doubt that the club know?
For me, though, we have the benefit of the doubt with Real Madrid itself because we've seen it in the Galacticos era that it was successful, right? That's the point I'm trying to make. Now, again, you're trying to build some form of that now. The star players you're trying to bring into the team, right? You've tried it before, it's not worked for you.
But we're not necessarily trying to build that same thing, brother. What we're just doing is, again, it's just capitalizing off of other teams.
Yeah, but these guys you're getting on. But my problem is these guys are not getting on. It's like, oh, they're just good players. Guys, Alphonso Davies, for example, you were targeting, is one of the top.
Yeah, you're taking the best from
yes, right.
Okay, yes.
No. But Will.
But then why is he that predicted to leave for free? That's the thing. Why is he
No. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I'm just letting you know you can do all this stuff. But the last time you tried to build something of this similar ilk, it did not work out for you. So the question I'm going to put to you is, what do you think has changed now in order for it to be a working thing? That's the point I'm going to ask you, bro.
I just believe in the club's model. Like, if you have a world-class player whose contract is running down, that's a you problem. We'll just talk to them. Well, I mean, look, you see, like, you're a Chelsea fan. You've only recently had success. You know what I'm
Believe.
saying? Like, you don't know about.
I like how you said recently had success. Like this brother's 80 and seen like any of Madrid.
I'm
Like
an old
more than half.
soul. I'm an old soul. I've seen enough.
I'm an old soul. It's
What
crazy.
is that, bro?
Yo, the way he big brothered Marshall and RSM right now, that was really
I'm everybody's big
That
brother.
was hella-
Big brother, you mean hold up,
You need to
big brother,
relax.
you mean
Just
Unc?
because you're tall
mean
doesn't mean
Unc?
you're somebody's big brother.
That's
Will
what I'm
tried
saying.
to
He,
step
my
to
man,
Holland,
Unc.
and Holland said, "Nah, I'm going to City." So you need to just relax.
Brother,
man.
look, don't stop it. We were never actually in for we never bid for him. We never bid for Holland.
Were you ever interested in Holland?
Brother, we're interested in every top player. Like,
Okay,
like,
and the reason why you didn't bid, quote unquote, you didn't bid was because you talked personal terms and you realized he's going to Manchester City. That's how the game
I'm sure
plays.
that Holland sat there and said, "Yes, I would love to play for where my father was at."
That's
over
how the
Real
game plays.
Madrid.
Hey, we never put in a bid for Jude, but we were interested.
Nah, wait, hold on, wait. But Pep called him. Your manager called him.
And you're trying to tell me there was no call to Holland. No one called him.
I bet you that Holland didn't speak to Florentino Perez because Perez would have had him on the first flight.
Man.
Perez would have had him on the first flight. Stop it. He'd have
all
flew
You know,
out.
Perez, man. Listen, big up to Perez. You know, he may live longer than myself. You know, if something happens to me out of nowhere. But listen, time is ticking on Perez
What
as well.
the hell kind of opening is that?
I'll give it context because Perez is a really, really old man. Perez is a
Why
really,
do you have
really
to
old
open
man,
up
man.
like that?
That's a really, really old man. Like, I'm just giving context that, listen, time is going to come for him, just like it does for everyone else. It may happen to me sooner than him. I'm not trying to, obviously, I'm not trying to say that, you know, it can't
I
happen
don't
to
like how
for
you
him.
just put that in the atmosphere. Though. Like, I don't like how you, I don't like how you just did that.
Yo, was that yo Ahmed, was that a statement or a threat?
Is Ahmed wishing death
No,
on
that's
my
just the reality. No, but that's
Is
just the
Ahmed
reality,
wishing
right?
death on my president?
No, that's not me wishing like death on your thingy. But
I don't know,
on
man.
their way.
It sounded a lot
I'm
like
just
you
trying
were.
to, I'm just trying to be honest with him. Like I know he understands that, right?
The police are on their way, Ahmed. Do not go anywhere.
Move along, old man.
Man.
Hey, look, and then guess what? The next guy that comes in, maybe he'll believe in actually spending some money a little bit.
Yo,
Hey, look, Enzo Fernandez and Cole Palmer in 3 years. We'll talk. Don't worry.
this man said in 3 years.
3
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
Give it up, bro.
3 years, like they're not gonna have a 7-year contract.
Would you take
Okay.
Rodrigo? Rodrigo and 20 million for Cole Palmer.
No, hell no, hell no.
Why would we
That
take
wouldn't get you Palmer's
He
left
said-
foot.
He said,
All right, hold
20
on,
million.
hold on.
You rate okay,
Hold on,
I rate
hold on,
Cole
hold on.
Palmer, but
Don't-
not that
Don't
highly. That's
disrespect
kind
the
of crazy.
Bangladeshi and Messi.
No, hold on. Shut the fuck up. First of all,
Relax
Bangladeshi,
yourself.
bro.
Wait.
He's not okay. Hold up. My point is,
The New Delhi.
Hey, no.
Ronaldo.
Our team, hold up. Our team is literally built around Palmer. Selling Palmer is selling the fucking project. It's over. It's done. It's
But
a full
Rodrigo
reset.
believes
So
in
why
new
would we do
project.
that?
Will,
Rodrigo's not doing that. You don't build around Rodrigo, bro.
Messi
You want Palmer
coming
and
up,
not
bro.
Saka?
Calma.
Say it again, Vader.
You want Palmer and not Saka?
If I could take one, I would take Palmer. Yeah.
For real?
But do you not see my point there, yeah,
This is a common thing.
guys? Yeah, look who he's mentioning. He's mentioning the best, bro,
Yeah.
in every position right now.
I do like Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer's a baller.
I'm just
I
listen,
would
man.
take Cole Palmer.
Listen, guys, yeah. When man them
Nobody
tried to
said
be,
he's not a baller, but
I'm just saying
think-
when man them tried to be in super
I like
teams,
his play style more.
you
than
know what
Saka.
happens with
I
super
hear you.
teams, man. That's what I'm
Super
saying.
teams, yep.
can I
Don't
ask
work.
can I ask you a
I like
question?
Palmer's like
It's
what's
your
it
show,
called? He's
TJ.
very
Go ahead.
direct.
It's
I
not
like
my
that
show, it's our
direct
show.
play style. I don't
Alright,
feel like
then no.
Saka's
I mean,
that
TJ,
direct.
man, do you want to hear from me, man? Are you not worried about PSG at this point? You know, I think it's better to be silent. No,
Why are you we're talking about Cole Palmer here. I want to know when the Cole
Okay.
Palmer hype train is going to end.
But like,
'Cause
why would
he's
it
been
end?
mediocre. He's
Why
been
would it
mediocre
end?
this season. He's been mediocre this season.
Palmer hasn't played that bad this season.
What the fuck
I'm
are you
not
talking
saying
about
that
now?
he's been
Liverpool
that
game
bad,
without
but
watching the
everybody's
Liverpool
putting
game.
everybody's here's the thing. Everybody's putting him on this big ass
Marshall
pedestal.
said the Liverpool game.
TJ,
how
you
we
literally sat here after 2 free kicks and said Declan Rice was world class. Shut up!
I did not say
Shut
that. I did
up!
not say that. I never said
Shut! Yes, you did.
I
Shut
said the-
up!
Show me
You
the
shut
clip.
your whore mouth, bro.
Show me the clip before you destroy
he
your
was
camera.
bouncing on that chat.
I can't
Yo!
believe you're even having this discussion right now.
Yo.
I had a whole season where Cole
Palmer was ridiculous, untouchable, and you had one game with 2 great free kicks, and you want to sit here and say Declan Rice is world class. Oh my
When I
days,
said Declan
bro.
Rice was world class, I said they were 2 world-class free kicks. I did not say that he was world-class.
I
Show
will
me
go
the
back.
clip.
I will go back. You were like,
Show me
oh,
the
now
clip.
we see why we paid the
such a
price for
troll.
Declan Rice. Yeah. Oh yeah, Declan Rice worth all the money.
Otherwise, take that bullshit somewhere else. To be honest with you, take that bullshit somewhere
Hey
else
man,
because you're full
got
of
your
shit.
mouth,
literally
man.
rattled me with that one. I can't lie to you,
And you're
bro.
only upset. You're only upset because I'm coming after your star boy, who everybody said was the next coming of Jesus Christ, and this season he has not been that.
I'm sorry.
So-
which one of your players has 15 goals
Wait.
in-
Wait, so
15
no,
goals
so
in
wait,
Premier League
TJ,
right now?
We're not
TJ, so
talking
you're
about my
saying,
players, we're talking about
wait,
your
TJ, no,
players.
TJ,
We're
so
talking
you're
about my
saying, hold
players.
up. So when does the Saka hype train end? Because this is Palmer, his second season. He's doing worse than his first season, and it's almost, it's 2 GA away from Saka's best season. No, it's Saka's best season. 2 GA away from Saka's best season.
Don't you? Oh my God. Why do you have these?
Well, what the fuck even is that? That looks so
Why do you
wrong.
have
That he looks
these?
so bad in that shirt.
Bro,
This is
you
horrendous.
guys act
It
like
does
here's the funny
Not
part.
long as well, you know. Just like
I am
genuinely speaking.
comparing.
He's
I am
not
not
that long
comparing.
in life.
Ahmed, shut up.
Yeah.
Real quick. I got to make this point. I got to make
Bro.
this point, and then we're gonna end because Jesus Christ, my ass hurts from fucking sitting here for 2 hours listening to this waffle. Okay, look, the only thing that I was comparing was Palmer last season versus Palmer this season. I'm not
Yes, it's not
saying
been that great,
that he is a
yes.
bad player. I'm saying that there has been a drop off. That is
No,
what
no,
I'm
you
saying.
asked when is the hype gonna end?
Mm-hmm.
The reality is like the hype is still there. He's still a very good player.
But you lost your mind and started destroying your studio after I said that. You didn't let me finish my point. My point
You did
is
lose your mind.
is that if we are having the
bouncy,
same
bouncy.
conversation, if we're having the same conversation next season,
Oh, you know the
are you
references.
gonna concede that he might not be as good as everybody thought he was, and maybe he was just coming in and saving Poch's ass for one season?
Oh,
I think
He's the only reason you guys are in
No.
Europe.
Ooh.
really,
Yes.
you really think Cole Palmer
Literally,
is the only
Cole
reason we're in
Palmer
Europe
FC.
right now?
Call Palmer FC last
Last
season.
season,
That
you
was
guys
the
were.
byline.
Yeah.
All right, last season, but
last season.
this
Last
season
season.
right now and the trajectory we're going in, we were doing it in spite of Palmer. Listen, we're in Champions League places right now. We could potentially overlap you if you don't get your shit together.
I agree.
But
Wow.
I'm not talking about Arsenal, but
I'm
agree.
just saying. No,
I
but
wouldn't
the
talk
reality is like when you're talking from a place where you're talking from, right? I'm sure you must have some mantle to stand on, right? Because if you're telling me my players over, listen, we've had multiple discussions here about Odegaard, about Saka and stuff like. Surely you must know what hype is
Marshall,
about,
stop talking about Arsenal. I want you to talk about Chelsea.
Listen, I will admit that Cole Palmer this season has not been as good as last season.
Thank
But
you.
to
That
say-
was all I was fucking
No, that's
saying.
fine.
I've done the
that's
same
fine.
thing with Foden.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
That's
No,
different.
But
That is different.
That is different.
But
Vader.
to say-
Don't don't do that. Don't do that.
But to sit here and say that the hype, when is the hype gonna
I'm just
end,
asking-
implying
I'm
that
just
he's not as good of
asking-
a player
I'm
as
just
he
asking-
is.
I'm just asking is if this continues
Yeah.
next season, are your expectations for what you demand of him going to drop? Or your view of him
No.
as a quote unquote close to world class player or world class player?
No, because I know what the player is capable of.
Yep.
And listen, he's young. He's 23. He just turned 23. Like, I said this before in a previous episode. He just turned 23. He's gonna go through these slumps. He's gonna go through these bad patches of form. Why? Like, listen, we're pretending like players don't go through bad patches of form. Like, let's be real. Like, they do go through bad patches of form. He's allowed to go through a bad patch of form. But when he's out of this bad patch of
agree.
form, I expect the levels to be up there. And we saw against Liverpool what the levels could be. He has to keep it consistent, sure,
It was
but you saw how good of a player he can be. He put on a great
Also,
performance
hold
against
on.
a team which, by the way, everyone kept saying, "Oh, Palmer doesn't show up in the big games. Palmer doesn't show up." Well, what happened against Liverpool? Did he not show up, or did he?
Wait, are you considering Liverpool a big that was a big game?
Against Liverpool, who's on the beach? That Liverpool?
Oh, shut up, bro.
Oh
They
yeah,
had
so hold on, so
Van
hold up.
Dijk, they had
So the backline,
Alisson,
so
Salah.
Trent, so the Trent, Van Dijk, and Allison were just
Van
nobody.
Dijk was literally laughing on the pitch. Like they don't give a shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, let's not do.
You
If
still have to
you're-
fucking beat. Okay, hold on.
if we beat-
No.
If we beat
I was
Liverpool-
quiet the whole
if we
fucking
beat
time. Let me
Liverpool-
speak.
If we beat Liverpool, no, I'm just going to say this before you speak and then I'll shut the fuck up. If we beat Liverpool, I'm not going to come out here throwing a ticker tape parade saying we beat the champions. They're on the beach.
Clip it.
They're getting ready to go on the double-decker
Clip it.
parade. They don't care.
No, I agree. No, I agree. Okay, hold up. But this is my thing, right? This is my thing. What we expected out of apart from last season is a lot of goals, and I think even in the period where his performances were not good, when you looked at the underlying numbers, he was still providing a lot of opportunities and assists that were just not converted. Like when you take the whole season, even through his poor form, right? Everybody was being hindered by the fact that Jackson was awful, and that then he went down, our backup went down, and we had no 9. That was affecting everybody. And even through that slump, even when his goals started drying up, that doesn't mean his chance creation was gone. And the numbers back it up. Listen, that's why I brought this up.
like
This
when
is him
Arsenal
this season
on this.
compared to the entire 5 leagues. The entire 5 leagues. He is first or second in all of these stats in all of Europe. This is my point. He's like the hype train is down because of the fact that he's not scoring the goals and his own performances went down. That is true. However, he still has shown the fact that this is, again, it's the whole thing. Form is temporary, but class is permanent. We know that he's going to be able to get back to that level because the technical ability does not go away. It doesn't. And the way he can play passes doesn't go away. So I think that next season we are going to see him be a lot better than he was the second half of the season. We'll probably see what we saw first half of the season in terms of his number production.
So do you blame Maresca or your front line? And then we got
No. I blame. Okay. I blame. I don't blame Maresca at all. It's not on Maresca. Like when Palmer was going through his poor form, it's because he was overthinking things. He was making poor passes. He was shooting when he wasn't supposed to. He was overthinking it. That isn't on Maresca. He was in goal scoring opportunities. But again, for me, like I said, take away the Liverpool game. I'm looking at the season as a whole. His numbers are still first or second in all of Europe for 10s. So this isn't an argument that I'm making out of nothing.
I'm not saying you are.
That's why I believe. No, but that's why I believe that next season he will be back to what we saw at the beginning of the season, and I don't think that's crazy to say.
Who do you guys have left to play? Who do you guys have left to play this season?
You got Newcastle.
Castle United, Forest.
Yeah. So
okay,
you know what?
Newcastle, Forest, big games. United, they're trash. This Liverpool game, not to move the goalpost, but it was a Liverpool after celebrating, right? Let's not put them as these were going after, wanting to win that game, putting all on the line. That's not that Liverpool. That's
all right. Listen. Alas, yeah. At the end of the day, we'll talk tomorrow at 10 p.m. TJ, I'll be on American Waffle. You know, when you're out against PSG, I'm gonna ask the question.
I come after one Chelsea player, and all of a sudden everybody's French. All of a sudden, everybody's French. Everybody's throwing on their
Yeah, listen, man. We motherfuckers. We ride at dawn. We ride at dawn.
I want you guys
what I'm gonna say. Now we play, man. Now we play, TJ.
Let's go. We got the Vader jinx. Let's go. It's loaded.
Who is we? Who's we? You're in the conference league. Who's we?
Now we play.
What are you talking about?
Because we're speaking French. Like we're French. We're French.
Now
bonjour. This has been absolutely insane.
Je m'appelle Ahmed.
No. Arrête. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I'm not ignoring your bet. Hotspur Hood. I just don't care, and I don't want to take your money. How about that? Let's be real. Man United are going to crash into the Champions League, and they are the least deserving team I have ever seen go out of the Premier League. Let's be real.
Yeah, but hey, TJ, you're going to be a United fan when it's them and Spurs in the final, right?
Oh, 100%. Fuck Spurs. Yeah, because mostly because I don't want to hear about it all summer. I hear about it from United fans all the time. They've won a Carabao Cup since we've last won a trophy. They won an FA Cup since we last won a trophy. Like I hear it from them. That's fine. I'll take it from United fans, but Spurs fans, no fucking way. Not from 17th in the Premier League. No way.
Yeah, you know
you'll take it from 16th in the Prem though.
No, I won't take it. Dude, if you're like,
I know. It's just funny. He mentioned 17th. Like United are far above.
They have heritage.
They're literally right next to each other, bro.
Spurs haven't won a trophy since I was in high school. Like that's
That might be the funniest final of all time, bro. I can't lie. That might be the funniest final of all time, bro.
Errors.
It will. It's gonna, bro.
Comedy of
I'll tell you. Onana got something for us, bro.
Dude, I think Onana will come out there and stand on his head, and
yeah,
I'm serious,
bro. It's gonna be such a funny final, bro.
It's gonna be ridiculous, bro. It's gonna be.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Tomorrow, at the end of the day, man, or today for me. You know what I mean? I'll be there 10
you can catch me. You can catch me
British
here. You
Standard
can catch
Time.
me here for a match reaction. You can catch me here for a match reaction, people.
Oh, you got a stream tomorrow.
You can catch me. What?
Talking to Marshall, so I was confused.
Oh, you got. You guys got a stream.
I have a stream, but also I will be watching in the background. TJ. Do not worry. Do not worry.
Don't worry.
I will be multitasking. I will.
My posture in this will not change. I think we're gonna stink it out. I think we're gonna get it done.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens.
We shall see. We shall see.
And that's just because I am a tortured sports fan. That's where this is coming from.
Respect our time.
It's been a rough season for TJ in sports, man.
It's not
been good.
It hasn't been a rough time, man. You know, TJ's making a lot of excuses, man. His team's runner up in the NBA finals. I don't give a shit about the Avalanche. You know what I mean? Man, to Avalanche like as if I give a shit.
Yeah, Avalanche lost.
You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And also, you know, listen, they're about to get kicked out. So you know, he's got one good team still in the race. Big up to the Oilers too, man. Oiler Nation.
No. He's such a fraud. He goes from team to team, man. He's
so
such
funny.
a fraud.
He's such a fraud. Here's why Ahmed's a fraud, and then we're ending on this because he's an absolute fraud.
Perfect way to end it.
The reason Ahmed deserves to be locked up permanently in the waffle cell is because he'll be like, I made a hockey comparison literally 15 minutes ago, and then he's out here bigging up the fucking Edmonton Oilers.
The Oiler Nation is nasty, bro.
That's my family's team, man. My family's whole team, man.
You know what?
Listen, hold on, no. Wait. Just before we end on the last note.
Holy shit.
Vader knows all about Oiler Nation. All right, we can end.
Wow.
Aren't you a Maple Leafs fan?
No, I was born in
Montreal. No. You don't. You don't get the double meaning. The double meaning. He knows all about Oiler Nation.
They don't club. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the show.
Go on, Vader.
Big up to everybody, guys. Let me fucking take this out for the love of God. Big up Mina for the super chat. Phineas, Neftali, obviously, Capo, my G, TM127. You now own the channel. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your donations. Big up EPL Media. Big up Mina for the last super chat as well, and obviously big up my brothers Marshall. Big up my brother Ahmed, even though he's a giant fraud. Big up RSM, big up Vader, big up Will, and obviously big up that jilted lover, Mike Doss. We will be live next Monday, normal time. We had to move it this week just because I had some personal things going on, but we will be live on Monday. I will be live tomorrow for a match reaction after the PSG match, and I will be on live on Sarcasm City TV immediately after that. Legendary stream today, guys. Thank you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow.
Champions of Europe, you'll never.
You're not God. You don't have the answers. You don't have the answers, Connor. You don't have the answers. Let's just say that you don't have the answers.